is a production of Hockey Night in Oswego, only on WTOP.
Welcome to the Marano Campus Center, where we have the Battle of the Birds today in the first round of the Pathfinder Bank Tournament's second day of play. The Salve Regina Seahawks and the Concordia University of Wisconsin's Falcons. Both teams losing yesterday. This is their only chance to get a win out of the tournament play today, Curtis. Let's look at how it panned out for both of these teams yesterday against, respectively, Canton and Oswego. The highlights should be coming up in a second, and both teams scoring pretty strongly in the first period, but moving on longer and later into the game, kind of fading away. Conditioning is going to be a big part of this game. Do you agree? Oh, absolutely. Both teams got off to pretty strong starts. They scored some pretty early goals, but they just couldn't keep up with their respective teams. You gotta finish games if you want to win them, and that's what both of these teams need to look to accomplish today. Right, and special teams, I think, is going to be a really big part of this game. Only one goal from the 4 goals that both of these teams scored yesterday came on standard 5-on-5 play. The only other goal for Salve Regina, a power play goal. Canton versus Concordia, their first goal is a power play goal. Here's that Concordia goal. That first power play goal, they were a man up on that, and then their next goal, which we should see in a second, Canton scoring those unanswered goals, getting up to, at one point, 3-1, looking desperate for Concordia, and then Concordia comes back. This was a short-handed goal, and then at that point, Concordia kind of ran away with it, 5-2. Same thing with Salve Regina. They scored a goal early when it was 3-1, and then they moved on to the third period. They scored both of their goals in the first period. Moving on later in the game, they got more and more tired. Oswego ran away with it on a similar amount of shots. I mean, look at this. Canton had 30, Concordia 32, Salve Regina 24. Oswego only had 5 more at 29. They need to get more shots on net. Do you agree? I mean, is that going to be a big part of it, or are the goaltenders of the other teams just that good? Well, they do both have really good goaltenders. Concordia has two really good goaltenders, but both of these teams are really good as well. Salve Regina has one of the best offenses in the country, and I think they should be able to score some points today. We'll see. Right, and both of these teams sitting at about an even 6'3", not so huge, but 6'1", not so huge, but pretty good in size. I mean, and they're both crazy fast. We were watching that yesterday. Salve Regina blowing away Oswego in the first period in about a quarter, and then, like we said, through the rest of the game, conditioning came into play. They couldn't rely on the speed anymore. The legs weren't as fresh. Oswego played much more conservatively through the first 2 periods. They came out with a huge attack and went away with 4 unanswered goals through the rest of the game. We still have the same thing with Concordia versus Canton, where Concordia scored that early goal in the first period, and it looked like they were going to come back. We looked like they were getting their legs back, and then Canton said, no, we're going to go up and score again. And then for some reason, Concordia going empty net for 2 possessions in a row. Right after they had scored open net, they left the net open again, leaving Canton to score within 20 seconds of the earlier goal. And that comes down to what I said. Special teams is going to be a major part of what we see today. There was a lot of penalties between these two teams. They need to learn how to utilize these power plays, and Salve Regina has a pretty good power play going for them this season. Oh, absolutely, but on the opposite end, Concordia has a really good power play kill. So I just don't see Salve Regina scoring plenty of goals. But that'll do it for us right now. We'll be back to you after break.
Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios. These goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Hey guys, when we're not doing the real deal, what do you like to do in your free time?
Well, I like to watch WTOP 10 movies on demand.
Yeah, me too. You know, there's such a wide variety of films that anybody on campus can watch.
And it's free.
And it's free.
How do I get to this movies on demand?
Well, all you have to do is go to WTOP10.com and click the Movies on Demand tab.
Hey, let's go watch one right now to review on our next show.
Welcome back to the Marano Campus Center, where once again I'm Dan Corlett with Curtis Cady. We'll be bringing you the Battle of the Birds. Let's talk about the speed of play that we saw yesterday. Both of these teams not victorious over their opponents yesterday. Today, this is a must-win if they want to get a W out of this tournament. Curtis, is speed going to play a big role into what they're doing today?
I believe it will. Salve Regina is well known for their fast pace of play. I would probably like to see Concordia play a little more defensive hockey, just to match up with the aggressiveness of Salve Regina. But yes, I would definitely see both of these teams playing a very fast game.
Yeah, and it seemed to kind of bite specifically Salve Regina in the butt a little bit. When they got to the third period, they were totally gassed, and that's when Oswego was able to take advantage and score 3 unanswered goals. So I would hope that they set up a little bit more of a constructed offense, both sides. But we'll see. I think Concordia has the speed to run with these guys, but again, we'll see. Let's move on to our players to watch real quick. Curtis, who do you have your eyes on today?
Well, my first player to watch is number 90 of Concordia. His name is Josh Adkins. He's a 6-foot forward from Victoria, British Columbia. This guy is an absolute enforcer for the team. I would look for him to set the energy level and be more physical. Concordia yesterday only had 2 penalties in a game that only saw 5. Salve Regina had 7 penalties alone in their game yesterday against Oswego. If Salve Regina gets aggressive, look for Adkins to fire up his team and match the energy levels. My next player to watch is number 2 from Salve Regina. Matthew Dillon, the 6'2" freshman defenseman from Grafton, Massachusetts, leads the team in assists, but he had a very quiet day yesterday versus Canton. He needs to be more active and involved on offense and get his guys some good passes and set them up for success. He cannot afford to have another sleeper of a game like he did yesterday. But that's all I got. Who do you got, Dan?
For me, let's start with Concordia, number 11, the forward, Nick Guerra, a guy that everybody was looking for yesterday. 9 goals and 2 assists through 14 games this season. But he didn't show up at all yesterday, only shooting 3 times and recorded a negative plus-minus of 2. I expect him to show up in this desperation game. He's a guy that this team has leaned on multiple times through the season. I expect him to fire back and be excited to go at that net. My next guy to watch is the big man, number 22, the defenseman, John McLean. 6 goals and 5 assists through this season. Yesterday, he recorded a goal on only 1 shot. That's 100% shooting efficiency. Unheard of. Plus, he also had an assist. Let's not forget about the apples here. But he's been a captain clutch for the Seahawks this season, recording 3 game-winning goals in gut check time. And when it comes down to it today, if this game is tight through the third period or maybe into overtime, I'm going to have my eyes on number 22 in the knockoff Vancouver uniforms. These guys are looking pretty good. But other than that, I think that once, like you said, we're going to talk about speed here in a little bit, but the conditioning is going to play a huge role in how these teams find success. What are your keys for Concordia today?
My keys to win for Concordia today, first of all, they need to set the tone early. Depending on the style of hockey that they're looking to play, they need to make a very early impression. They've lost 5 of their last 6. However, the Falcons scored a signature win 2 games ago against number 13 Marion, and they have an opportunity to knock off number 7 Salve Regina today. They need to force the Seahawks of Salve Regina to play their style of hockey if they want to pick up a win. My second key to win is be more aggressive. Yesterday we saw a very clean game, but it was very physical as well. The Falcons were anything but flirtatious. However, they played very conservative. If that's your brand of hockey, that's what you like to see. But Coach Jason Weiss needs to figure out if that style will work against a very feisty Salve Regina team. My third key to win is to continue penalty kill dominance. The Falcons have one of the best penalty kills in the country. They're very successful, and they've killed 24 straight power plays in a row. What are your keys to win, Dan?
Well, for me, I'm going to talk about Salve's points, and for me, it talks mostly what we've talked about for most of this show is conditioning. They have to pace themselves. Like I said, the third period, they were gassed, and they had 3 unanswered goals from Oswego. You can't allow that, which leads you to my next point. Set up good shots. They took 45 shots against Oswego yesterday, which is pretty good, but only about half of those hit the net. You have to pepper the goalie to get more chances, to get any chance of scoring goals. And I'm going to go back to speed and conditioning again. Utilize that. You look for the holes in the weakness in the armor of this Concordia defense, and then use those bursts of speeds that you're famous for. Because at that point, I don't think that Concordia can backtrack and backcheck as good as these guys can skate forward. It seems like they need to utilize the speed a lot better. That's all I think about that. But we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to head to the press box, and we'll see you for Puck Drop in just a little bit. Once again, I'm Dan Collette. This is Curtis Cady, and this is our broadcast of the first round of the second day of the Pathfinder Bank Tournament here at the Murano Campus Center in Oswego.
Guys, I don't feel so good. Shouldn't have had that chili for lunch.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Minute away to Puck Drop, and we're all ready to go. Curtis, are you excited for this face-off right now?
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to see what style of hockey these two teams are going to play today. I'd look to see both of them get quick starts, but you never know. We'll see.
Exactly, and it comes back to what we were talking about before. I think that we're going to see right off the bat the coaches' decisions between yesterday and today. Are we going to play more conservative and a more traditional setup of hockey, or are we going to try to dump and change? Are we going to try to break away, try to make odd man rushes? We'll see what's going to go on here in the first period. We have the freshman and goalie for Concordia University, number 70, Bo Dido. He's 5'10", not very big in stature, so he's going to have to protect that shoulder level, the 1 and 2 holes, if you will. And, of course, we've got the steel man himself at the other end of the net. Ready to go. Puck's about to drop. And we are underway. The first game of the day has begun here in the Murano Campus Center. The defenseman holding the puck, looking for an open man into the neutral zone. They lose it. Concordia picks it back up. 3-on-3 moving into the offensive end. Pass is gone wide. Into the neutral zone again. Good poke check by Concordia. Retains possession into their own end. Moving into the neutral zone. Dumps into the other end. Into the corner. Regina retains it as they try to move it out. And they are successful in clearing the puck. Concordia puts it back into their own zone as we get a line change from Concordia. Salve dumps it all the way into the other end for Dido to pick it up. And we move into the neutral zone again. Not much solid offense. It looks like we are going to be playing that really speedy offense that we saw yesterday.
You know, it's interesting, Dan, because your player to watch, Guerra, is very involved very early.
I'm looking for him, like I said yesterday, or I'm sorry, earlier. He was blank yesterday, not any action from him at all, and they expect that from him. Putting him on the right wing today. We'll see if he gets any good angle shots on Blake Watola. Seahawks, as we have action, the puck is pressed against the end on the Concordia defensive end as they move forward into the neutral zone, dump it into the other end. Physical play already, a lot of hits, a lot of speed. Definitely not doing what one of my keys to the game was set up a traditional offense. Puck's moved around. Salve Regina retains it. They move into the neutral end, and the puck is put into offensive play. As they dump and change, a new set of fresh legs comes out to beat Concordia Falcons. Concordia retains it along the back of their net, looking for an open man. Tape-to-tape pass to their neutral zone as Gauld has it. Puck retained by Regina. Dumped, and it is not successful as Concordia disrupts the pass. Salve still has the puck. In front of their own net, they move into the neutral zone. Not a lot of solid passing from either team so far. As I say that, the puck careens wild into the offensive end for Concordia. Nobody able to maintain solid possession of the puck. Shot, and it is blocked by a Regina player. Moving into the offensive end, we have a bit of an odd man rush here as Concordia meets them. We're 3-on-5 in favor of Concordia. Puck is pressed against the boards. Maintained behind the net, moving forward, looking for an open man. He does. Tape-to-tape pass in the neutral zone. Had an open man careening. Adkins, number 90, did not get the pass. Moving forward, the puck does not go out of bounds. Out of play. Good hit by Switzer on Moore right there into the penalty box area. Pretty chippy game so far, Curtis.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen a lot of big hits early. The speed of play has not changed despite the big hits. And guys are being very aggressive, absolutely aggressive.
A couple of shots blocked off of Concordia players here as the puck goes wild off the boards. Retained by Concordia, moving into the neutral zone. It's dumped in by Tyrion. What a cool last name. Big Game of Thrones fan.
Insane.
Maintain the puck. Concordia has an open shot in the slot. It is blocked. Maintained, still in play. As it crosses back into the neutral zone, it is offsides. The play is back onside. The puck is fair. Good tape-to-tape pass. It is bounced into, number 53 of Salve Regina. Big hits on the boards as McLean falls into the Concordia bench almost. Puck played behind the net, trying to find some open breakaway passes, and he can't find any as he dumps it in to behind the net. That's going to be a big play that I think we're going to see through the first 2 periods of play, at least while the legs are fresh. I think they're trying to attack with the speed while they still can. Shot goes wild right in front of the net. Knocked back into play. Good hit. Good physical play so far. Puck still behind the boards. Along the boards. As it is kept in play by number 4, Holt. Regina still maintaining control of the puck. Good pass back to the player. Shot bounced off the pad into the boards. We're going to get a stoppage play as it hits the net.
We've seen a lot of big hits early. The speed is tremendous out here. It's like watching gazelles running around in Africa. It's amazing to watch these guys on ice.
Okay, I think that might be the first ever comparison of that in a hockey broadcast. So, breaking all sorts of boundaries here at WTOP. Face-off is won by Concordia, but Regina surely is trying to take control of it. The puck is wild. Garrett has it. Big hit along the boards. The puck is in the neutral zone. Salve Regina looking to dump again. It is getting a bit repetitive from both sides, particularly Regina. This seems to be their only method of play. Big hit along the boards. Pass goes between the legs. We might get an icing here, and we do.
That hit was by number 4, Thomas Diabol. He didn't see much action yesterday, but it looks like he's in early today.
We got a hit right in front of the Salve, right in front of the Regina bench. Number 18, Nick Gainey, was adjusting his skate, and he got pushed by a player. I didn't see who. Knocked on his backside. There he is. He's fixing his skate still. He must have a clump of ice or something in between the two blades of the skate as we get ready for the face-off. I anticipate a lot more hits. We're only less than 5 minutes into the period, and we're already this physical. I mean, again, this is a game to see who can get any sort of win out of this 4-team tournament. Both of these teams losing yesterday. This is a do-or-die situation as far as wins for the weekend. Ruzioni pressed against the boards, nephew of the legendary Mike Ruzioni. Pretty good move in the corner there. Can't open anything up, though, as the two Regina defensemen are there to pick up the puck. Ruzioni pressed against the boards again by a Concordia player. Coming from behind, that's a good poke check by number 11, Vincenzo Renda, which is a great name. Puck still maintained. Oh, a little bit wild there. Skate up near the neck. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Puck still behind the net. Concordia still has. We have a delayed penalty on Salve Regina, so now we might have a bit of a free play. It looks like we might get icing. It calls for icing, and we get it. I'm going to see what the call is here. Looks like hooking was the call. And that's going to be a power play for Concordia. Not as good a power play. Not as good of a power play as Salve Regina's through the season, but still a very good power play nonetheless in comparison to the rest of the NCHA where they played. Good grab by the puck. Is now offsides in the neutral zone. Concordia regaining it, looking for an outlet pass. Can't find one, dumps it to the open man. Puck comes into the wing. Behind the net, nobody's available. Going to dump it back to his defenseman, number 12, Dennis. Back behind the net, that's going to be the favorite area of play. Open to the slot, shot, not going anywhere. A little bit of a whiff. Dennis shoots, is blocked off of number 8. Back to the defenseman. Tape-to-tape pass from his defensive partner. Sees the open man of the wing in the center. Shot! Shot in the slot goes nowhere. A little bit wide left. Puck still back behind the net, behind that red line. That seems to be the favorite area of play right now. A little bit of slow play as they set this offense up, Curtis. Are we going to see a different play from Concordia? A whiff shot right there.
We could. The interesting thing is that Concordia does not get many penalties, so they will probably attack a lot during this game. Salve Regina is known for playing a physical style of hockey, so they might get a lot of penalties, and that would give Concordia the advantage throughout the game.
I agree. Shot off the stick as it goes to the wingman, number 4, Geld. Controlled in behind the net, retained. There's a good poke check there. Physical play coming into play as number 4, Holt, gets trapped between two Concordia players. Shot in front of the net. Score! It's a number 90, Josh Adkins. Is that one of your players to watch, Curtis?
Oh, it absolutely was. Like I said, I was looking for him to set the tempo of this game. And you see right here, he got a quick goal in the first 7 minutes of the game. I'd look for him to continue this, especially on the power plays.
The junior from Victoria, British Columbia, coming in at 6 foot flat on 185 pounds. Really good offense. You see right there, that's the difference between that quick style of offense that we saw yesterday from both teams and setting it up. Looking to pass behind the net to an open man is a good strategy, and obviously we had an open man on the wing for an easy one-time. We didn't even have to shoot that very quickly, Curtis.
Oh, not at all. It took him no time.
And now we're going to see the more fast style of play from Salve Regina. Along the boards, no sense of control at all. Puck bouncing all which way. Concordia pushes it in the neutral zone. We have a whistle. A stoppage in play here. McKinnon getting in the face of number 11, Vincenzo Renza of Salve Regina. There seems to be a good bit of tension between both teams already, and we're having a bit of a stick jousting match right here on the behind the referee in the face-off circle. Is it going to get worse, or are they going to get tired? I'm excited to see. Hopefully this energy carries on to the later game tonight, which will be, of course, the winner of the 2 games yesterday, Oswego State's Lakers and Canton's Kangaroos. Moving in behind the net. Pretty hard hit. The puck is held held along the boards, and it is freed by a Concordia player. Contention between the two, and the puck is put in the neutral zone. Udall, 25 of Salve Regina, holds it behind the net as they set up to try to make some sort of an odd man rush. A wild pass goes right into the feet of number 12, Dennis of Concordia, as he passes it to his defensive partner, number 5, Peter Kapak. Up along the wing, Concordia controls the puck. Back to the defensive partner, looking for a pass off the skate, bounces wild behind the net. As we have 4 men battling the puck, 2 on each team. Defensive partner, number 12, Dennis, retains the puck, loses it again in the offensive zone. On a wild spin play, he bats the puck down, passes it to the number 15, Fauchot, 15, bounces, nothing doing. Not getting past Blake Watala. So we have a replay of the goal here. Let's take a quick look at that. That Concordia goal, of course. Nice pass from behind the net to that, number 90 Atkins. Good passing, Curtis.
Oh, yeah, Gainey was right there. He found Atkins early. That's what you want to see if you're this Concordia coach.
Absolutely, and the big difference so far, I mean, we only have an early lead. We have about 11:30 left in the first period. But the passing, there's a huge difference between the method of passing between the two teams, and it's already shown the difference. Concordia's passing much more clean, tape to tape, control, slow, methodical, well, not necessarily totally methodical, but more methodical than Salve Regina. And Regina's puck, like I said, it's just bouncing all back and forth. There's doesn't seem to be any sense of play, Curtis.
Oh, no, not at all. And it's interesting because Salve Regina is being very aggressive. They're getting very chippy with Concordia. However, Concordia is matching that physicality with the cleanliness of their play.
Puck in Salve Regina's defensive end. A slap shot blocked by a player out to the boards behind the net. Switzer with another shot, bounce in the air. Held by Watala. We have 11 minutes and some change. 11 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the first period of play, where Concordia's Falcons are winning this Battle of the Birds against the Seahawks of Salve Regina. If you're just tuning in, the story so far is that Concordia's play is a lot more methodical, and Salve Regina are playing wild. They're attacking like crazy. Their legs must be burning. They are screaming up and down the ice. And it might be working for them. They have a bit of a rush 2-on-2 as the puck careens into the corner. Who has control? The puck is in the neutral zone. The Salve Regina player retains it as he dumps behind the net. That seems to be their favorite play. It's in contention. It is not anymore. Concordia retains it for the moment. A nice saucer pass held up right in the chest of Bo Dieter, the freshman. Defensive man has it. It's off the skate of a Concordia player as it bounces back towards the net around the circle. Puck is dumped as Herka has it, and he dumps it back to his co-captain, the co-captain of the team, Seno, number 53. I'm sorry, no, Senat. Herka has it back at the point. Shot between the legs, no speed. Bounce in the crease, and we have a stoppage in play. It looks like we're going to have a penalty. We're going to get a line change here. I think that we're going to be getting another Concordia penalty. I didn't see what the call is, Curtis. Did you get a chance to see what the referee
I did not myself. I do believe this will be really, really good to analyze because of how good Concordia is so good at the penalty kill.
Right, and I misspoke earlier. We have a Salve Regina power play. The puck is dropped, and it is won and retained by Salve Regina. The defenseman has it, passes up to the wingman. Looking for an open pass, can't find it, passes it back to the defenseman. Defenseman to his partner, Aruzioni. Aruzioni back to the defensive partner, looking it back to the wingman, and he loses it. Back behind the net we go. A Concordia player retains it, backhands it, is not cleared, retained by Salve Regina. The Seahawks move in back behind the net to try to retain the puck, do something with it on this power play. Again, a very strong power play unit out here, Curtis. I think they were scoring a 30% or near 30% efficiency on the power play through this season. Pass across the ice, shot off a skate into the net. We're going to get a stoppage of play and a face-off on the circle in front of the net.
Well, your numbers are absolutely correct there on the power play.
Thank you.
It's a great matchup between this Salve Regina power play line and this Concordia penalty kill. So as the game progresses, we'll see how this plays out.
Face-off. Won by Concordia, but quickly taken back by Salve Regina. A nice saucer pass from the defenseman. Now we're down to the wing. We're back to Leighton on the point. Sees an open shot. Takes a wrist shot off the pad. Bounced away. Retained by Regina back behind the net. Still has puck, looking to go to the point, and we will again. Leighton has the puck, passes it to his defenseman, number 2, Matthew Dillon. And we're back to the wing now. Back behind the net is number 53, George Sinat. Leighton with the shot, it is blocked wide. The freshman, number 70, Bo Dieter, still doing work in goal, despite having a bit of a height disadvantage. Like I said, he is 5'10". Winger has the puck. No open passes or shots. Goes to Dillon, number 2, at the point. Back behind the net. Can't find an open pass. Retaining it. Good job protecting the puck right now. This is what wins games. Puck control. Shot from the point. A little bit wide. Not on goal. Leighton retains it. He puts back into the corner. And that's a good clearance by Concordia. Concordia calling for a change right now. This is a good change as Hahn and Kapak come back on the ice. The 2 bigger men for the team. Not their biggest man, of course. That's going to be number, excuse me. Oop, shot blocked away. Retained by Regina. Puck along the boards, losing it. A little bit trouble here, back behind the net. Desperation move. He knocks the net off its pegs. We're still going to go. Gets it bounced right back into place. That's a good move. Power plays over back to even strength. Peugeot has the puck. Shot blocked off of a player. Couldn't see the number there. Puck up for grabs, retained by Concordia. Looking for anybody at this point. Really physical play along the boards. Good defense. Back to the defenseman as he puts it back behind the net. Seeing a lot of defense being generated from that back behind the net point, behind that red line. Puck's controlled along the wing. Just barely. Shot! Oh. We have a stoppage in play. A little bit of chippy that hit just after the whistle from 20. Oh. Seeing a lot of stick slapping. A little bit of extracurriculars. Number 2, Dillon of Salve Regina seems to be looking for a Gordie Howe hat trick if he gets the opportunity. I think he's going to try to generate some momentum from a lot more aggression. We'll see how that goes. Going to get the puck drop on Salve Regina's defensive end. Shot by number 18, Gainey, right into the chest of Latada. We're going to get another power play, same spot. Hopefully a different result for Concordia. Switzer dumps it behind the net. Back to his defensive partner through a loop. Bounced off the boards into the slot to no avail. Concordia retaining it. Looking for an open man. His partner comes to help him out. Shot. Blocked wide. Good spread of the leg there by Woltada. Salve Regina on the push now. 4-on-2 as the rest of the Concordia Falcons come in. A slot pass that's done. Nothing doing there. Moving back into the neutral zone is Concordia. 2-on-4. Shot in front of the slot. Nothing there. Good physical play. Number 81, sorry, not 18. Number 81, Hogg, has got a lot of physical play and great hair, Curtis.
Absolutely. That mane is gorgeous.
So good. Puck back behind the Concordia net. Good physical hits. We're going to get, a little bit of a hold there. Going to let it go. That's another big story from yesterday to today as number 70, Bao Dieter, holds it. That's another big story that's going to come into play today. The refereeing difference between the first game and the last game. The first game we saw a more traditional play call. The second game, Oswego and Salve Regina, a lot more lenient play, letting the boys be physical. And I think we're seeing that today, but it seems like the players aren't giving them much of a choice as the faceoff goes, Curtis.
Oh, absolutely. Both teams really getting into each other. You wonder if the refs are going to start calling a lot more than they did yesterday, especially with Concordia, who didn't get many calls yesterday.
Right. Eruzione passes the puck behind the net to his defensive partner, blasted against the wall by Steele. Steven Steele, number 14, coming in at 6'6", the big guy. When things are going to get more aggressive later, that's the guy that we're going to be looking for. And I know it's going to be the guys in white are going to be looking for that guy too. Puck take behind the net, stick lifted. Puck available in the slot, no shot, decides to set it back up. Good pass. Is hit by the skate of a Salve Regina player. Hit along the boards. Shot is held by Woltada. We've got 5:42 left in this period as Concordia leads 1-0. The shot difference is 1. Concordia with 4, Salve Regina with 5.
And, you know, Concordia's really making Salve Regina work on defense. You got to wonder if they're going to be able to keep up the tempo throughout this game if this continues.
Ref doesn't like what he sees. He's going to switch Bucco out for McKinnon. Regina, I'm sorry. Concordia wins the face-off. Puck wild, backhand shot blocked away. And Regina clears it as it looks to try to make an odd man rush. Bounce off the ref's leg. Back into the Concordia zone. Concordia's defensive zone, I mean. Held by the defenseman, moved up to Bucco, number 2. Puck is flipped in. Back behind the net. As Concordia maintains it, looking to set a pass up into the slot. No shot. Backhand is blocked, and we're going to get a stoppage in play as, I'm sorry, number 2, Andre Bucco of Concordia runs into the goaltender. And tonight, you know, this might be the only goal we have because, like we said earlier, both of these goaltenders, Curtis, brick houses. Incredibly tough goalies to score on.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're facing these goalies, it's like you're shooting bricks. I mean, they can't find the net.
Absolutely. PhDs in masonry here. Waiting for him to put his mask off. Or put his mask on, I apologize. If we do see, I think I'm seeing it, Curtis. Tell me if you see it, that Regina has decided to slow down a little bit. I mean, they're not setting up fully like Concordia seems to be doing, but they are slowing the puck down a good bit here to try to get more open shots.
If you want to play this fast, you have to slow down occasionally. It looks like their nerves are going. They really don't want to lose 4 games in a row as the number 7 ranked team in the nation. You got to think that they want to slow this down and get these passes on target. That way they're not flying all over the place and exerting extra energy.
Right. Puck's pulled by Sear, number 8. Moved into the corners. Held by Concordia play. A lot of poke checks. An attempt to keep it onside fails as Concordia passes it. We have an open opportunity here, and they do nothing with it. Excuse me. Put his foot off the gas there. He had an open opportunity, a path to the net that typically we would expect this team to try to exploit, but no such luck on that one. Concordia, 2 players as the whole Salve Regina line is back into play, and the rest of their offensive line. A shot on net has gone wide. Barker, number 19, puts it in 66. A good hit in the corner. Regina still has the puck. The play along the boards right now seems to be quick. They don't like to hold themselves there. They don't want to wear their legs out. That's smart. The puck is intercepted. Good open ice hit. McKinnon getting it in the mask there. Luckily he has the cage on. Bucco, number 2, with the puck in the corner. Hit as he retains the puck, looking for an open pass, takes it to Tyrion, number 57, a shot up all around. Bounced up around Watada. And that's a goal for McKinnon. I didn't even see, I lost the puck in transition there. I thought it went over the net, but it went in the net.
I did as well. I was expecting that to come out of the back of the net and them to chase, but I guess he made it, and that's a really good shot. That's really a good way to hit the target.
Pretty good. I think we have a replay here. Just bounced nearly over. We got the end part of it there. But it seemed more like he was trying to set a pass up, and it took a lucky bounce off of the leg pad. Puck's back, and Regina has control. Concordia now up 2-0 with 3:55 left in the period. Puck behind the net. We're going to get an icing call. 3:50 left in the period now. What do you do to answer this now, Curtis? Are you going to, if you're Concordia, you're just saying we're going to stick to our bread and butter, we're going to get our legs tighter, we're going to try to score as many breakout goals as we can here, or are you going to try to set it up more like we've been seeing them try to do?
I think you got to continue the physicality, maybe goad Concordia into getting some penalties. That way you can get some
puck
power
up in the
plays.
net, shot, blocked, open end. It's retained by a defenseman. Sorry to cut you off there, Curtis.
Oh, it's completely fine. Great
shot
play down
back,
low.
blocked. Regina passes it back behind the net. Into the corner as a Concordia player comes in to hit. And he does. Concordia has the puck, number 44, back into the slot area. Puck open, nobody holding it. Switzer dumping it back into the corner. Leighton, number 48, retains control and clears it for an attempted pass into the corner. I guess it did touch somebody. I was expecting an icing call there. Great hit along the boards. Good hip checks. Tape-to-tape pass goes wild. Blocked off the stick. Salve Regina has control of the puck. An open look to Dylan. Dylan shoots right into the chest of the freshman, Bo Dieter. Quick, a lot of shots in the chest. We're not seeing a lot of picking the corner, other than the one goal we had earlier by Concordia. Not a lot of open shots. That one goal we just had was a lucky bounce off of the pad. But, I mean, it feels like the more you set it up, the more you get a better chance to aim your shot. But I guess that they're trying to goad the lucky hockey gods into a peppering opportunity more than anything here. Dylan knocks the puck back into the play, batted down by number 10. Puck's in front of the net, into the crease. It's knocked away by a Concordia player. The captain, sealed, puts it back up to the point. Shot, wrist shot, blocked. Oh, an open chance, blocked by number 4, Dylan. I'm sorry, Dieball. Number 4, Dieball of Concordia. A good block by him. Huge hit, goes backwards for number 72, Pearson, as he tries to hit number 93 of Salve Regina Hall. Comes into him and gets shoved back. A lot of confusion. A lot of confusion here. Pretty angry. I don't know if we were looking for a call or if there was an initial call. Referees in front of the Regina bench signaling something. A little bit of discussion here, Curtis.
Yeah, well, after that play, it looked like number 96 for Salve, Danny Irizzoni, was not pleased with the call. He was expecting a little more from the refs there. But we'll have to see how it plays out.
Hockey royalty Irizzoni, and what happened there, thanks to our production team for letting us know, it was an overturned icing call, so we got the face-off at Central Ice. Regina getting an open pass. Incidentally, maybe a breakout pass, and it is not. As number 5, Peter Kapek, was there to knock the puck away. We are back into the Concordia defensive zone as we set up a breakaway play here. Looking for an open man to pass to. Decides to keep it himself. Puck is lost under the feet of number 57, Tyrion. Holt, number 4 of Regina, keeps the puck. A good little bit of a toe drag there. Loses it in transition. Puck is up for grabs in the slot area. Batted back into play. Tyrion in pursuit of the puck. And number 8, Sear, dumps it back along the boards up into the neutral zone. Salve Regina has control of the puck, looking for a pass. Shot off a player into the boards. Puck goes back into the neutral zone, and we will reset. Holt, number 4, has the puck. Passes it up to Sear. Sear shoots a bit wide. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a shot. A great hit. We have a player down on the ice. A hurt player, I can't see, number 57, Eric Tyrion. Regina still has the puck. Play is continuing as he struggles to get back to the bench. And Tyrion is back to get looked at. We're back 5-on-5, capable players. We're going to get a stoppage in play. And I had a pretty good look at that, Curtis. I think he got hit right in the back as his face, his head kind of went directly into the boards. I don't know if we have a replay of that, but it was...
Yeah, it looked like his head ricocheted off. That's definitely not what you want when you're trying to, provide support to the Mother of Dragons.
Absolutely. It was a little bit difficult to watch. Number 18 is in the penalty box for Concordia.
That's Gainey.
Yep, number 18, Gainey. He's had a pretty good season so far. We'll see if he gets to continue that tonight. Obviously can't do that from the penalty box. Concordia will be skating a man down against Salve Regina right now. Fauchot, number 15, that's his actual name, dumps it into play behind the net, and it is retained by Irizzoni, the crown prince of hockey. I'll be calling him that now. There's a great family lineage that he has with Mike Irizzoni as the Seahawks put it back behind the net, looking for an open play. Can't see anybody. Irizzoni claps. He's looking for the shot from the point. Doesn't get it as a pass into the slot. Goes off of a Concordia player's foot and will careen back behind the net. Number 11, Vincenzo Renda has the puck. Looking for a pass. Irizzoni dumps it to his defensive partner a little bit too high. Can't control it. Decides to put it back behind the net. Pass back behind the net, off the boards. Pretty fancy play. Irizzoni, the only available player, as play will stop here for the period. So, Curtis, right now, obviously, Concordia up 2-0. What's your big key? If you're Salve Regina's coach, sum your offensive strategy up for the next period in 3 words.
Well, I think they need to keep the pace of play where it was towards the end of that period. You got to keep it slow. You need to match Concordia's methodical play. You got to stay clean, but you also got to stay physical. You got to get in guys' faces, keep the chippy stuff going, maybe get in their heads, maybe keep the power plays alive. And, yeah, I mean, we know Salve Regina has a championship pedigree, right? They went to the national championship last season. But you got to see them. You got to see if they can get this offense going.
Right. There's going to be a lot to work on. But with that question, we'll meet you guys back for our post-intermission, our intermission wrap-up. We'll see you back here after the break here on Oswego.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Living Connect. Absolutely, Dan Kane, this is his second year. Have at least one shot, but communicate and just you have to go back to the base. Absolutely wrong because
right now 1-2 in the SUNY action. If you can win both of those games,
sick and tired, Brandon.
If the other team can win 1 point, hey Vanderbilt.
Oh, absolutely! Come on, just give me the 1-0 lead, all right?
Nope.
Or watching Laker Connection.
Connections here on WTOP 10.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey guys, I think I'm a little shiny. Can someone help with that, please?
So you ready for tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
So, you're gonna start off the show like suspended from the ceiling, right? So you're all set with that. So yeah, just remember everything else we talked about and make sure you follow the prompter.
I mean, don't I always?
No, just do what we talked about, okay?
Alright, no problem. Let's go!
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Total, Baldwin faces 32 charges.
I went to Woodchuck Saloon.
Too much temperature change.
1310 meteorologist.
2 as well.
Visions from Tanner Spink.
Go to 2 and 1.
2 with 6 and 10 on the year.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back from break as we have a 2-0 lead from the Concordia Falcons on the Salve Regina Seahawks. The Battle of the Birds here pretty much going all Concordia's way as we've started, and it comes stemming from setting up that offense like we talked about before. 2 pretty good goals, one admittedly a lucky bounce off the goalie's blocker pad. But the first goal, great passing, comes from setting up that offense. Do you look to see more of that from Concordia, or do you think Salve is going to match it?
I think Salve is going to look to make a comeback in this second period. They let the game get away from them early. They let Concordia dictate the how things turned out. Now, early Salve looked to dictate the pace of play, but Concordia matched them and found a way to get in rhythm through that.
Right, and one of the downfalls of Salve Regina's play so far has been that they're looking for hits. Hits takes a player away from the puck. Just try to get that stick in there, and that's what Concordia's been able to do. And we do have a highlight of those goals here to look at in a second, but so far, Salve's inability to set up the puck like this pack from Gainey right in front of the net, a shot and a score from your player to watch.
Yep, that's Atkins. And, you know, I was expecting him to play very, very aggressively, and he just showed me what he was about right there.
Right. Such a good way to set that play up, and they did that on the power play, which was another thing that you talked about. And here's that lucky bounce off of the goalie's pad.
Yeah, it looked like that went 5-hole. I honestly didn't even see
Looking
that.
back
That
at the,
incredible.
can we see that again? I think McKinnon bounces it 5-hole, so it bounces off of the goalie's pad and it's shot. I stand corrected. McKinnon with a pretty good, back when, you used to play Mighty Mice, they called those garbage goals, but they'll tell you now any goal is a good goal if you're a coach. But that was the cleaner side of play. We've seen a lot more physicality, and more specifically at the end of that first period, we had a hit along the boards, and we had an injured Concordia player, we're going to see it, the video, number 57, Eric Tyrion. But here's a rundown or a replay of all of the physicality of this game. A lot of the hits in the corners, that's what happens when you dump and change. And right there, a little bit of chippiness afterwards where Sear hits the cross check, or almost a stick hit right in the head. There's another hit right there. Curtis, I mean, what I said earlier about taking a man away from the play, do you think that that's what's hurting Salve more than anything, is that they're looking for these hits? Like they're going out of their way?
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to win games when you're playing down a man, and that's really not what you want when you're playing really fast like this, because you're making your guys work harder. They're going to have to get after it more, and matching the physicality is hard enough when you're playing teams like that we have here at this Pathfinder tournament.
Yeah, but that's our little analysis for you guys real quick. We're going to go and take another break. We're going to go back to the press box, and we'll see you getting ready for puck drop after this break. I'm Dan Corlett. This is Curtis Cady. Thanks for tuning in.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Got your personal references, high school diploma or equivalent?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
It's right there.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
How do we afford all this?
Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Hello?
Josh, the stream's not working. We need you to fix it right now.
The stream's down? I'll be right there.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Always. Lock it up.
Jake.
Hi.
What's wrong?
It's just a bad day, you know.
Oh, Creative Services can help you.
It's awesome. Welcome back to the Marano Campus Center for our beginning of the second period of play here. We got about 3.5 minutes before we're ready to drop the puck and get underway. Once again, Concordia of Wisconsin winning over Salve Regina 2-0, Curtis. And something that you mentioned to me in between the periods is Salve Regina's goaltender is a stud. He's usually would be doing very good at this point in the game. 93% save percentage for the entire season, and right now he's in a slump. You mentioned he lost 3 of his past games. How does that go into Salve's offensive or defensive strategy?
Well, I think it's hurt his confidence. Last night they let up 6 goals. You got to wonder if that's in his head. You know, he started all 13 games this season, but they've dropped 3 in a row. They're down 0-2 early. I think really what Salve needs to do when they get back is protect their goalie, get his confidence back up, let him get his nerves out. Those 2 goals are done. You're not getting those back. So you got to work hard, you got to get your offense going, and you got to protect your goalie.
Yeah, and I would say conversely for Concordia, I'm salivating. I know that I'm speaking for the team, I know that they've had 2 or 3 penalties in the first period, and you don't really want that many that quick, especially with silly things like hooking and holding and the like. But if they're able to score like this against a defense that just kind of seems to be on wobbly knees here, and like you said, Watada of Concordia is on a slump. I mean, like you said, 6 goals last night. We have the statistics from last period here. We talk about how many shots he's faced, and he's only let in 2 goals. I mean, he's let in 2 goals. 9 shots on goal, and he's let 2 of those in. It's not looking so good. And Concordia, same deal. Pretty similar shots, 13 total shots, 10 of those on goal. Nothing.
And when you think about that, you know, the game yesterday, the game today, it's a similar shot number, and the offense isn't giving them any support. They're not giving them any cushion. They're not giving them anything to work with, and they're not protecting them, and that's really on them.
Yeah. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing how this game ends, but more importantly, I'm going to be looking forward to the 7 o'clock puck drop for the tournament championship game between Oswego State's Lakers and Canton's Kangaroos. It'll be a good game to see. Like we said, Oswego put up 6 goals yesterday against this Salve Regina team. And similarly, I believe that Canton put up 5 against Concordia.
Yeah, that's correct. Canton really had their offense clicking yesterday, although they did have 2 empty net goals, which kind of padded it a little
Within
bit.
20
but they
seconds,
were working hard yesterday. So it's interesting to see how Canton matches up with Oswego tonight.
Right, and the boys are coming back out to the ice. Didar back in net, getting his frictions going. We'll see how it goes. There's a lot of tension. It's not palpable, but you can definitely tell one side is looking for redemption, one side is looking to silence the noise. And we'll see if the Falcons in white here, those nice, beautiful, traditional hockey uniforms, they'll be able to up their defensive game and shut down the Salve Regina Seahawks. We'll see. So, as we get ready for puck drop, Curtis, you have any adjusted players to watch? For me, I think Danny Eruzione, somebody that I didn't really look for yesterday. We did look for him yesterday, but I think right now he's playing with a lot of heat. He's got fire in his eyes. He's got check time. I'm looking for that royal hockey blood, that Mike Eruzione blood, to course through him right now and get maybe a goal or an assist, generate some sort of offense here.
I'm looking for number 66 of Concordia, the assistant captain, Dante Hahn. I saw him pushing a little pace earlier. I saw him getting some hits in. I'd like to see what he's going to do.
And we start the period with a Concordia man down. 4-on-5, advantage for Salve Regina. Concordia pushes the stick up, 2-on-2.
And we have
Salve Regina retained.
We have
skating.
Salve Regina starting with a power play here.
Incidental shot, waffle boarded away. That 5'10" goalie in net, the freshman, Bo Dieter. Back behind the net we go again. This seems to be Salve Regina's favorite spot, both of the team's favorite spot, considering Concordia scored a goal from that area. Vincenzo Renda retains the puck, passes it to his defensive partner, Eruzione, blocked off of the Concordia defenseman. Concordia collapsing very well. This is a good defensive strategy as it's blocked off another player. Hill looking for a shot, pass it to the slot. Back to the circle, nothing doing. Renda with the puck again, quarterbacking this power play, looking to see what he's got. Eruzione with a shot, stopped in front of the net. Puck still available, it's open. We got a lot of pushing and shoving. That's a goal! It is gut check time, like I said. And also, like I said, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but Eruzione generating that with a shot.
And that's a big goal. They really need that. They worked hard for that, pushing and shoving in front of the goal. And we're going to have that replay for you here in just a sec so we can get another look at that.
Yeah. From where we were, we couldn't see the puck at all. So it was a surprise to us that it was a goal. If we have that replay, we'd like to get some answers here. There's that shot. I thought he gloved it right there. The puck was open in front of the net, and it just trickled in under his left pad. If we could rewind that back just a second. Or not. It's all right. Puck maintained by number 8, Sear. Regina looking to bounce it off the boards. Sweeney passes it back in. We now have a 1-goal difference between these two teams. And again, this game that I've affectionately titled the Battle of the Birds here, this is a must-win game for both of them if they want to get anything out of this travel week to this tournament in Oswego. Puck in front of the net, bounced loose, off the post! A sound the goaltender either loves or hates to hear. In this case, Bo loves the ring of that post.
And Salve is really making him work early. They're trying to get under his skin a little bit.
We do have a replay of that. Let's see that real quick before the puck drops. Here it is. Right there. That's a good positioning overall. That's one of the big things that goaltender coaches teach their goalies. Puck in front of the net, slash shot! Missed! Up and wide, the puck in the corners. Layton passes it back in. It's along the boards right now. We have a battle. Puck still maintained. Hogg, number 81 of Concordia, going back and forth. The puck is cleared in the neutral zone. Hogg looking for a breakaway, can't get it. Good stick play by the Salve Regina Seahawks. It looks like we're going to have a tripping penalty. Play is stopped.
That's on number 6, the assistant captain, Eric Lipa.
Let's see what the call is, and it is tripping. We'll go back to what we were talking about before, that replay of the shot off the post. Bo Dieter, freshman, you know, you can't teach positioning. It's kind of like an intangibles thing for goaltenders. And that kid had perfect positioning right there. Didn't give him much of an option, just enough to squeeze into the post, and luckily it took a good bounce for Bo there. Regina maintaining as they are on the power play again. Concordia with a lot of power plays. Hill with a shot in front of the net. A bounce back, rebound shot, maintained. And we're going to reset it up again as Eruzione passes it back to Vincenzo Renzo. Vincenzo finds a good pass to Hill, number 93. Nothing going on there as we're going to get a stoppage in play. Puck goes up high off the net. Concordia with a lot more penalties than I thought we were going to see from them, considering I thought they played pretty clean their game yesterday, Curtis.
Oh, absolutely. They had a really good game. There was hardly any stoppages between the two teams.
Getting ready for a puck drop as Dr. Feelgood by Motley Crue rings through this not-so-full stadium here at the Murano Campus Center. In the corners, played back, and an attempt to clear is successful as Eruzione could not get to the puck as it careens back behind the net. Stopped by the goaltender. 4 men moving forward. An attempt to make some sort of an offensive play. Dumped into the offensive end. A hit there, and we have another Concordia man down in a ball, fetal position, hurt. He's getting back up. Is he going to get back up on his own? How's he doing? Skating? He's fine. He's skating okay. I think he was just a little bit shook up. You don't want to see him down for that long as he hits a man in the back there.
That's Mac Ferner.
This is where we're going to see those extracurriculars, as the legend Doc Emmerich likes to call it. And the puck is back in the neutral zone as Vincenzo Renda's pass to Eruzione bounces off the back of his stick, and he couldn't contain it. Offsides caught. I think Eruzione snuck a boot in before the puck was in play.
Well, you can definitely see how Salve Regina is getting in Concordia's head now. I mean, number 28, Mac Ferner for Concordia, really took a big hit.
Yeah, and he's getting looked at on the bench right there on the Concordia bench. Helmet off. It looks like he's okay. He took a swig of water.
He
of course,
sought
he's a hockey
payback
player.
Immediately.
Yeah.
He did not waste any time getting retribution.
Of course, he is a hockey player, so he could lose a foot and still want to play. These guys are a different breed. Puck is shot back behind the Salve Regina bench, held by Blake Watata. Moved along as we try to make some sort of a play here for Salve Regina. It's dumped back along the boards. Clapton with a pass back to Sanat. It's not going anywhere. Hogg with the puck. Shot back up off the boards. 30 seconds remaining in the power play. Concordia doing a very good job clearing the puck. In a little bit of trouble here. The puck is eventually moved back into the neutral zone. Awfully aggressive forecheck here by the Concordia Falcons on this man down. And yesterday, like I said, Concordia did score shorthanded, so it's not an unusual sight to see from them, considering we did see it yesterday. Dillon controlling the puck, good block, ability to block puck right into the net, and it is held by Bo Dieter. Stoppage in play, and the power play is over. We'll be skating full strength. My player to watch, Nick Guerra, on the ice right now. See if he generates some offense. We're moving face-off circles. As the play gets set up, as the boys get set up, 5-on-5 full strength. And the puck is won barely by Concordia as it is along the boards with contention. Guerra taking a shot. His head hits the lip of the boards. That's never fun. Sear dumping the puck cleanly into the corner. Good clean hit. Physical play into the corner. A little bit of a attempt at a Datsukian deke there by Salve Regina, and they don't get it. Puck maintained. Number 12, Dennis has the puck. Tight defense. Good stick positioning by the defenseman there for Salve Regina. Puck under the goalie. Pushed down in front. We have I would say a hit in the back or hit in the numbers penalty. We have a stop here. We're going to get a change of the guard as Hogg, Pearson, and Adkins come onto the ice. And the big man, captain number 14, Steven Seal for Concordia.
And we have another Concordia power play coming up. Looks like number 8, Sear, is going to sit down in the sin bin.
Yeah, I was watching that in front. He hit him right in the numbers. That's going to happen right here. Yeah, you can't do that. That's textbook day one clean hit protocol. Concordia's power play as they control the puck. Methodical, like I said, this is how they do it. They like to do a slow pace here. That's how they've scored their first 2 goals. Hogg with the puck, passing it below the net. Looking for that same pass as they did before. Dylan, number 12, with a shot, goes wide. Hogg maintaining it, loses it, dumps it back along the boards. Back to him in the corner. Concordia keeping the puck. Regina not pursuing very aggressively as to keep position, and it works for them as they clear the puck. Dennis maintaining, looking for an open pass, gets it to Hogg. Hogg in alone, beats the man, can't find an open shot. Smart play to take it away. Shot by number 12, Dennis in front of the net. Stetton can't find it. Good defense. That's, again, good positioning by Salve Regina's defense. That's a nifty move by David, Bo Dieter to stop that puck. As we reset, we get a changing of the guards. We have a time check here. 14 minutes remaining in the second period. Dumped back behind the net. A little bit of trouble. He's too eager to do that as we've got Concordia players careening in there. Holding that puck. Slow, methodical, open shot. Gauld has it. Nope. Look for a slot pass. Nothing there. Looking to go back to the slot. Back to a circle pass. Gauld's shot goes off of a player up along the boards. Not out of play. Still fair. A shot into the chest of Blake Watada.
And what you just missed from all that action on there is Concordia pulled goalie. It looks like he's skating back out there now, but they put another man on the ice to go get in on the action.
And that's because we're now skating 5-on-3. Another penalty. Salve Regina not putting themselves in a pretty solid position here. And it's interesting to see if you look around the stadium, we've got Canton players looking on. I saw a couple of Oswego State Laker players watching on earlier. An interesting game for sure. Back to the circle, nothing there. Barker with the shot, nothing, with the puck. Puck is loose. Hahn has it back to Barker at the point. Quarterback in the power play. Gauld with the shot off of the leg as we'll be skating 5-on-4 as Sear returns to the ice, number 8. Barker with the puck. Kind of keeping that flow of those top 3-point men. Nothing there. Slot shot off of the chest. A good laydown for the body, sacrificing the body. Number there, Garrow, number 11. Shot, score! That's a good flip pass from number 11, Garrow. And I believe it was number 18, Nick Gainey.
That was a really good just possession for Concordia, putting the pressure on the Salve Regina defense. Those penalties really hurt them. They couldn't get anything going on defense.
That is a fancy goal. If we could see that on replay. That was really good. Again, look how we have that right there, a little flip up. Way to be there. That's, again, I've said it a couple of times. It's positioning. Goaltender positioning, defenseman positioning, power play positioning. Coaching staff for both teams got to be pretty happy right now. Obviously one team happier than the other, and that is the Concordia Falcons of Wisconsin. Vincenzo Renda with a shot off of the shin of a defenseman into the corner. Looking for an open man. We go to the point. Udall, number 25 of Salve Regina. Into the slot, a shot whiffed by number 22 McLean. Shot in front of the net, a pass rather, and it goes wide. Physicality along the boards. Bucco dumps it in, and we're going to get a changing of the guard here. Fusho and Hahn onto the ice as they are in pursuit of that puck. Concordia's strategy to kind of pinpoint defense on the puck in the neutral zone isn't working so well, but as long as you're winning, I don't think you change anything, Curtis.
Not at all, not at all.
No. Back at the offensive end. Your player to watch, Curtis, right there with the puck. Adkins loses it behind the net. Fischel back to him, number 90, looking for a shot, an impossible angle, but his legs were open. He saw the opening and he took it, didn't work. Closed the door on him. Right in front of the crease. Adkins in there, that's a good forecheck. Control of the puck in front, a pass to the point, looking for a shot, a little bit of a baby slap shot, didn't go anywhere as the sacrificed body blocks it. Lipa, number 6 with the puck, passes it right to Dennis, incidentally. Number 66, Hahn with the puck, a nice toe drag between the legs, good move with an impossible shot, but it looked cool, so you do it. We're skating 2-on-2 as Dennis, number 12, takes on Clapton, pins him against the boards, and Switzer, number 6, gets pinned by number 6, Lipa of Salve Regina. Haug moving that puck up. Pearson, number 72 with the puck. Haug with an open shot. Blocked by number 8, Sears. Another shot into the glove. You flash the glove, and that humbles a lot of players. But if it's a good save, it's better for the goaltender. I think this is really displaying more how good Blake Watala is for Salve Regina, that he's blocking all these shots. Right there, flashes the leather. That's good. That's something he's going to put on his resume reel.
Unfortunately, he's not getting much help down low.
Not at all.
He really needs it right now.
Salve Regina moves it up. A good pass. I'm sorry, I went off a skate. I lost it. We're going to get an icing call. And we move back to the Salve Regina defensive end. And like you were saying, Curtis, I agree. It seems like the defensemen are not helping him out in the right way. I think they're looking for the body. And again, like we were talking about in the intermission break and before, they're looking for the body and not the puck. And the puck is where the defensive play is at.
And the key defender I've been looking for, my player to watch, Matthew Dillon, he was quiet yesterday. He's been quiet today. I just haven't seen him around doing much, not playing his game.
Puck along the boards as it's dumped in, barely, by Salve Regina. Barker moves it back to 93 Hill as he meets contact, and a Concordia player retains it. Up to the captain, Stefan Steele. A shot off the pad, nothing there, bounces away, rebounded. Maintained by Haug as Hill pushes him against the boards. The puck is loose in the corner. 2-on-2, bodies on the ground. Danny Aruzzioni bumps it back as the Seahawks clear and change. That's a smart move by that Concordia player to hit the puck as it moves through the neutral zone to avoid an icing call as they change. Buys them more time. As they move in, Concordia doing a really good job of meeting the player on their path as they come in through the offensive zone. A shot on open net. Score! 13, Kyle Moore found the opportunity, the puck lying in front of the net, and shot it on Bo Dieter, who has been good. Who's been great all day. Just a really fortunate shot, again, by Kyle Moore.
And if you're Salve Regina, that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see your guys working. You want to see them playing great on offense, making some plays together as a team.
Yeah, look at that. That's a great pass. That's basically the identical goal of the first goal that Concordia had. That behind the net play, we're going to be watching that for the rest of the game. And now we've got a much more interesting game. 3-2. Concordia's 3 goals coming off of 10 shots. Salve Regina's off of 13 as we have a stoppage in play. I think we should get into fortune telling, Curtis, because what we're seeing, yes, Salve Regina maintaining that speed of play, but at the same time they're not afraid to set it up, and they've looked to go to do that a lot more often than I expected them to do in the second period.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're getting what they want this period so far. Not doing so well on defense, but their offense is really clicking.
Odd man rushes. That puck is knocked by 22 McLean. Looking for a wraparound, blocked by 2 defensemen and Bo Dieter. He's not going to let 2 unanswered goals go without a fight. Shot on goal, a rebound. Puck is available. McKinnon knocks it away. It's maintained by Concordia as they move up. A stoppage in play. My eyes are on the other side of the ice. I didn't see what was going on. We have a player with his arms up. Looks like number 6, Jake Switzer, looking for a call, a holding call, I think. We'll see. Actually, it's going to be on Switzer, as Concordia will skate a man down. Salve Regina on yet another power play. Let's see if they score on this one. And the puck is dropped. Walk, number 93, Hill, won that as the puck is loose. Back to the point. Vincenzo Renda with the puck. Shoots in front of the net. He sees a slot pass available, and it's knocked away. Off of a skate. Vincenzo Renda maintains it. as Salve looks to get a passing lane. Looking a lot faster on this power play. Good move. Good hit. Solid defensive play. Hill, number 93, back up to Renda. He seems to be the quarterback of their power plays. Puck off of pad. Along the boards, Ruzioni maintains it, passes back to the point to number 93, Hill. To the slot, a shot, bounce off a player, rebound shot, goes wide up. We're going to get a stoppage of play. Tyler Carangelo, heavy in the rotation there, in the action of that power play team. We'll get a whole new team moving on the ice here.
The Salve Regina Seahawks really look like they've seen some fresh meat on the ground that they want to attack and eat right now. They're going for it.
That's right. And the extracurriculars have stopped. That's another thing that I think should be taken note of.
Absolutely.
A little bit more focused on goals, which should be the opportunity. Puck bounced to the other end. Couldn't be maintained by Layton. He controls it as there are 4 Seahawks ready to start their attack. Hogg back there looking to forecheck. Good stick positioning as he forces him to the outside. Layton back behind the net around the corner. Met with a little aggression. Look to clear, not successful. There, a chip back, successful. Clapton, number 23, has the puck on the wing. A shot goes way back behind the net. Good hits. Cleared by Hogg. And he is a ball of energy, man. He's been all along the ice, all around the ice tonight, chasing that puck around.
It's got to be the hair.
Makes him aerodynamic, that's right. Clapton moves it back into the offensive end. Salve Regina has the puck in the last 15 seconds of their power play. Looking to get any sort of opportunity here. Number 2, Dylan, with some pretty good moves in the corner. Pass along the slot. Looking to get a one-timer, couldn't get it. A Sano was not there. Layton, back to the defensive partner, off of a skate. Goes wide. We're back to even straight, 5-on-5. Layton peeps it back into play. Pearson has it. He might be on a breakaway. No, we're met 3-2. A shot, a pass back in the middle. Looking to go 5-hole and then a stoppage in play. That's a great pass. Really efficient offense here on the breakaway. The line of Switzer, Dennis, and Hogg are back on the ice.
I mean, this is the lineup you want to go with. They're putting in work out there. They're really getting it going in terms of Concordia.
I'm sorry, the line of Switzer and Dennis, the defensive partners. Hogg back on the left wing. Speak of the devil, he retains it off of a stick, goes wide. Pearson pushes it back in to the corner where the big man, Seal, gets the puck back. Battle along the boards. Dives for it, try to keeps it into play. His defensive partner gives him a hand as he dumps it back into the corner. Looking for that pass up into the front of the slot area, into the crease, can't find it. Salve Regina moves forward. Number 13, Moore with the puck back to the boards after a failed loose deke move. Dennis, number 12, moves it. A lot of stick play. Pretty fortunate to not get any sort of a slashing or a aggressive call there. And we'll get an icing call. I'm sorry, it was a delayed penalty. It was a hooking call. And Concordia will be on what seems to be a rare power play for them.
And that's on number 13, Kyle Moore of Salve Regina.
Now that Concordia has the ability to skate a man up, we'll see if they can take advantage. A stoppage in play. Seems to be some deliberation, maybe something with the clock. As ref skates over to the timekeeper.
Quiet as a mouse in this
very
right
quiet.
now. Everyone wants to know what's going on.
Very quiet. And if you look back up in those corners, Curtis, like I said before, there we got all those Canton players watching on. The team that they played yesterday, facing the opponent's team from yesterday, seeing how they stack up. Defenseman has a shot. It goes wide, bounced off a blocker pad. Held in the corner, back up to Gull, number 44. Moves it in. A shot or a pass, whichever one you want to call it, is trapped in between the pads.
You know, coming back to those Canton players that are watching this game, both of these teams are from out of state. You know, Concordia comes from Wisconsin, Salve Regina comes from Rhode Island. So it's not often that you see these two schools here playing in New York in our tournament. So They probably just want to, take all the action in.
Barker has it back up to Gald as they continue their power play. Back in the corner, looking for a pass, can't get it as it careens wide. It's stopped by, again, hockey royalty, Danny Ruzioni. Concordia looking to find some sort of plan of attack as all 5 men move up, but it doesn't work. Clapton, good job disrupting that play as they have no choice but to retreat and set it back up again. Ruzioni on the forecheck as Gald moves up with speed easily by the defenseman there, but we'll see what he does. A pass up into the slot to no avail. Looking back up to the point as we'll start this again. Ruzioni cuts off the pass to Barker, but he falls, opening that pass back up. Gald has the puck. Looking back to Barker. Has it. Will we see a shot here? No. Gald, the left-handman, looking for a shot from this angle. He can't find it. Passes in. Bounces wide. Easily controlled by Concordia here. That slow, methodical power play that we've seen. A shot from Barker. Wide. Puck is up. It bounces. That's good. An unfortunate bounce there as the puck goes off the boards, back off of the leg of Blake Watata into the goal slowly but surely. It has been a rough weekend for number 1 from Salve Regina, Blake Watata.
That's really unfortunate. It can't even be helped with the way that puck just went in the net like that. You just don't like to see it if you're a Salve Regina fan.
Right. We have that power play right here if we can see that real quick. There's that drive right there. Bounces back up off his pad and pushed in by number 11. I'm sorry, it didn't just trickle in. It pushed in by Nick Guerra, my player to watch. So far, I'm doing great on those. I have a career in this. 5 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the game. We're now skating full strength, 5-on-5. Puck's dropped in the neutral zone and one back in the neutral defensive end by Concordia of Wisconsin. Off of the boards. Nobody touches it. Fichot chases it down along with Adkins, number 90. Great forecheck right now. Cutting off most of the passing lanes. Hahn blocks it with the stick. Maintained by Concordia. Good job getting that puck back as Adkins pushes it in. Diebold is the defenseman trying to stop the puck. He does. And it slowly goes behind him. He loses control. McLean loses the puck to a Concordia defenseman. Back to Fichot, number 15. Moves it up. Off of the boards, a ricochet pass. Icing call. Nobody touched it. It was back behind that red line. It has to touch somebody if you pass it into that end behind the middle ice line. So now we're back to a 2-goal difference with 4.5 minutes left in the period.
And you got to wonder what Salve Regina has left in the tank at this point.
Right, and this goes back to what we talked about in the pregame, where we talk about conditioning and your mental fortitude when you're tired. So we'll see. Ferner has the puck in the corner, passes it on to Diebold. Diebold up to Adkins. Adkins dumps it. It's touched by Holt, number 4. No icing there. McKinnon has the puck. Loses it on a way into the slot. Tyrion back. You'd like to see him back skating healthy after he had that little bit of a shakeup earlier in the first period. The puck is in contention as it's moved back into Salve Regina's end. Leighton has the puck right now, looking for a breakout pass. Can't find any. Decides to keep it on his own. Good job. As we will be getting a tripping call. Fell right over the stick of Jake Switzer. Sorry. That is his second of the period. As we're just under 3 minutes left in the period. They've given Salve Regina another scoring opportunity here. Another power play. So we'll be skating 4-on-5 in favor of Salve Regina. The shot total right now, Curtis, is tied even at 14.
That's right. And we're back on this power play for Salve Regina. It'll be interesting to see if Concordia can maintain this penalty kill.
Regina maintaining that puck as Vincenzo Renda, the quarterback, takes. D'Angelo shoots off a pad. Cleared by number 52. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Number 32, Nick Melvin, read his jersey number wrong. Salve Regina moves into the neutral zone, up to 93 Hill. He leaves it up there. A nice loose deke move, pretty good, pretty fancy. The puck bounces away. We're along the boards. 93 Hill keeps the puck. Tyrion with a hip check, and it is cleared out by number 4, Thomas Dyball. Vincenzo Redda, the power play quarterback, moves it up along the boards, and it is flipped into the corner. It stopped on a little bump in the corner, and Bo Didek keeps the puck. I'm sorry, Dider keeps the puck. So right now, Curtis, would you say that there's a big difference of play style between their Salve Regina's power play and their even strength, where the even strength they tend to slow it down a little bit more, and then on the power play they're attacking, burning that leg energy a lot more?
They're definitely being aggressive on the power play. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep it up, because they are exerting so much energy and they're slowing down when it's 5-on-5. But I don't know that the penalty kill that Concordia has
Shot
is
off
so
the
strong.
skate there. Dylan back into the corner, bobbled it into the corner, back to the defenseman. He holds it, passes it to no one. Clapton is there to save the day. Move back behind the net to number 53. Dylan with the shot. Bounced up, loose puck. Cleared by Tyrion. And we'll get a change of scenery, a change of cast and characters from the Concordia Falcons. Tyrion remains on the ice, couldn't change in time. Great poke check there. Bounced off of the boards, back into the zone, the defensive zone of Salve Regina. Tyrion deciding to stay out there. A pretty long shift for him right now. We'll see how his legs feel. Moving it up along the side. Patry has the puck. Loses it. Power play is done. We are back to even strength, 5-on-5. Haug has the puck. Loses it. Is a lot of those loose dekes that we're seeing that the players can't seem to keep control of. A man alone. Shoots it way left. That's good defense. A collapsing defense right there by Concordia. Pass totally taken over by Tyrion. He lays down for the puck, misses it. Luckily, the blocker pad of Bo Dider was there to stop the puck. Into the corner. K-Pack playing good man defense right there. Well, the rest of the team seems to be playing a little bit of a relaxed zone. Puck blocked wide by that leg pad. Number 13, Moore, has the puck. Looking for a pass. Decides to go back up to the point. Maintained, kept in play. Number 8, Seared, has a shot. No. Back to the point. Number 16, shot. Bounced away. Good block. Even better defense by number 44, Taylor Gauld. He was there to push the man out of the way. Great aggressive collapsing defense so far by Concordia. Gainey dumps it back into the offensive end. Sorry, not power play defense. We're on even strength. That's my fault. I apologize. Gauld has the puck. 3 Salve Regina men in there to contest it. Shot right into the legs. Held. And we'll get a face-off.
I got to tell you, Dan, a lot of these shots are going wide. It's almost as if some of these players want to, recreate some Bird Box memes out here.
I haven't seen that movie. I saw A Quiet Place. I don't need to see that movie. Back to the action.
Common opinion.
As the puck drops, Regina keeps it. Dennis meets along the boards to try to push the puck back into play. He isn't there. No one is there to help him. Switzer pops it back into play. Let's hope Switzer keeps his stick in check. The Concordia players hope he keeps his stick in check. Alone. Open shot. Clapton backhand. Nothing there. Again, that's positioning by Bo Dider. Ability to keep, force the patience, force that move, and shot to a point where he has no option but to just shoot wildly and not make contact with the net at all. As we're going to get an icing call, move back to the other end.
We've got about 2 seconds left in the period.
So far, it's been a story of 2 goalies and their defensemen's ability to help them. On one side, Concordia, Wisconsin's Bo Dider, the freshman. His ability to stop pucks has only been multiplied by his defenseman's willingness to get in the muck and get dirty. We have a And then on the other end, Blake Waltada and his defenseman's seeming absence. We'll talk more about that before the next period begins. But right now, Curtis, a quick question. If you're Concordia, do you do a cover 2 per se? Do you play conservatively, or are you keeping attacking? Are you going to try to rack the points up here?
Well, you got to keep in mind that Salve Regina has one of the best offenses in the nation. You definitely need to shut them down. So I would try to stay aggressive personally. You know you can handle their power play. You know you have it in you. I would definitely be more aggressive and keep trying to score goals.
Right. I think that's a good strategy. We'll talk more about that and more at our second intermission discussion. We'll see you back here on WTOP 10 in just a moment.
When you are in space, you can't run down to the store to buy parts. You have to improvise with what you have on your mission. Making is when there is something new that was not in existence at the beginning of the day. Okay. It's an incredible sense of accomplishment when you have made something. That's why I make. Now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
How do we afford all this?
Hi there. You might wonder what a famous Hollywood celebrity like me is doing reading in the dark. Is this some new sort of Hollywood method acting? No, this is quite real.
Did you know that Americans use about 4 times as much energy per year as the global average? We waste energy left and right despite the fact that the dirty fossil fuels we use to power our energy sources wreak havoc on the natural world and destroys valuable wildlife habitats.
By reading with my solar-powered night vision goggles, I'm saving energy and looking sleek.
You don't have to sit in the dark like Ed Begley Jr. to save the world. Fight climate change by speaking up for cleaner, smarter energy, including rooftop solar.
Oh, that's way better. Oh.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
The second I got on the campus, I knew Oswego was the place to go.
There's a place for everybody at Oswego.
This school just opens the world to you. Have the opportunity to explore and to learn so many different things, not only about yourself, but the people around you and the world.
It definitely is about the student. I felt it to be very about me. Now that I'm here, I can't imagine myself anywhere else.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
right, welcome back to the WTOP Intermission Report here at the Verano Campus Center. Once again, I'm Dan Corlett, and with me is Curtis Cady. Curtis, we predicted it, we talked about it, and we saw it in the second period. A change in play from both teams, particularly Salve Regina's ability to slow, or decision rather, to slow the puck down, keep that speed a little bit, but slow that puck down, be decisive when they want to use that speed, and make smarter, clearer shots. And it got them 2 goals.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had some great team play. They were really passing it well. They did slow it down. It was very obvious that they slowed the pace of play down. And, you know, Concordia really obliged with that. They had no problem with that. And we saw Salve Regina get 2 goals, 2 pretty good goals off of the adjustment that they made. And Concordia, they just got one lucky one, and, you know, they stayed on top.
All it is a game of luck. Every sport's a game of luck, and a lucky bounce is still a good goal by any other metric. Another thing to talk about is Salve Regina. They might think that they're going to, or people might assume that they're going to bury their head in the sand, they're going to quit. This is only a 2-goal difference, you know? So there's a lot of opportunity here. I think that I might see Concordia play a little bit more conservative, back in their own end, just take some more shots from the point, is to avoid any conflict or losing of the puck. But it's any man's game at this point. And again, another point to bring up that we did talk about, Concordia had been doing it the first period. Regina decides to do it in the second period. We're not going to play the body. We're playing the puck at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, you know, Concordia has twice as many penalties as they had yesterday. You want to see them keep up the physicality, but at the same time, you gotta maintain this game. You gotta keep it within your grasp, because you know in the back of your mind that Salve Regina has one of the top offenses in the country, and they can score with the best of them, and they proved that in the beginning of the second period when they had 2 goals.
Yeah, and the physicality kind of moved into the center of the slot, where the goaltenders were a lot more action from both goaltenders. We're going to see in here in a second a little bit more action in front of the net. We saw both goaltenders shine. Dieter and Watala both being able to block some shots here. This is Dieter right here, the freshman. He was kind of on fire. Didn't necessarily stand on his head, but when he was called upon, he did a great job stopping the puck right there, blocking him, making, more importantly, turning him into rebounds, an ability to clear the puck for them to, you know, clear the puck and take a breather, change lines, stuff like that. Smart play from the freshman so far.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's really doing a good job. You know, you really like to see that. That really gets your guys going. It's going to make them want to play offense really hard, try to get another goals. That way you have a better cushion. And if I'm Dieter, I'm happy with the way my team has performed.
Yeah. And let's talk about Blake Waltada, the goaltender for Salve Regina. Not so much help from his defenseman as we saw the defenseman helping out Dieter over on the Concordia side, letting in 2 more goals this period. Here we are looking at this right there. That flashing the leather right there, classic move, really good. Put that on the highlight reel. Yeah. See, at that point, we did have some people blocking in front of the net, but you get out of position. The goaltender or the defenseman moved up and cleared plenty of space to make an available shot on goal right there.
And you can really just see the frustration on his face during all these shots and goals. He's not thrilled with what he's having to face right now. And you just wonder if that's going to stay in his head, if he's going to let another one by and let the game get away.
Yeah, and it kind of begs the question, why are they sticking with him? He's a good goaltender. He's great, but he's played every game this season. He's on a 3-game slump, and it looks like it might be continuing in this game. You have 2 or 3 more goaltenders on your roster. Give somebody else a chance and rest his legs. But he's going to be back out there, presumably for the 3rd and final period, which we will meet you there for Puck Drop in just a second as we head back over to the Steve Levy press box. I'm Dan Corlett. Along with me again is Curtis Cady. We'll see you for the 3rd and maybe final period of the first game of the Pathfinder tournament here in SUNY Oswego.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Third period of play here for the Battle of the Birds between the Seahawks of Salve, Regina, and the Falcons of Concordia, Wisconsin University. And like we were talking about earlier, this game has turned into a much more methodical game. We anticipated a fast game at the beginning, and it was, but it's slowly transitioning to a more methodical setup play where they're going to do an overload style offense or an umbrella. More commonly, the more popular one today is behind the net, setting it up for those misdirection passes where the goaltender can't necessarily see. The battle of the goaltenders, like we were talking about earlier, Dieter, right now, is a star. And like we were talking about, Curtis, it comes down to the defensemen that are playing in front of him. And I've seen them more willing to lay in front of a puck and get hit in the dirty plays than the Salve Regina kids have been able to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Concordia's really committing to the style of play that they want right now. Salve Regina is trying to dictate the style of play, and Concordia is just getting them where they want them right now.
Gotcha. And I think we have a couple of replays of those goals from Concordia on Blake Wiltada, the goaltender for Salve Regina. Regina. There it is. Shot right there from the, and like I see, you see those defensemen out of position too far in front of the crease. You have to back up and basically be a second goaltender when the goaltender is that far out of position. Right there, see, there's nobody there, and that opens the door for a poke in goal right at the end. And I think that was their third or fourth goal. But two of the goals that were scored for Concordia this period, the 2 goals scored in the second period, rather, were easy goals. It wasn't anything outrageous. It wasn't a top corner snipe. It wasn't a slap shot or a dangle or anything like that. It was just simple practice, Mighty Mites garbage goals. But goals are goals. And this game is about seeing who will get at least one win out of this tournament, Curtis.
Absolutely. I mean, both teams took both teams took a loss yesterday, and they're just looking to salvage something. You don't want to go on the road and lose 2 games.
Right. So we have the goals for Salve Regina, who's getting ready to come out on the ice here. We're looking at him across the way. A couple of smart plays. See how slow and methodical that is? And then everybody moves in at the end. That's good physical hockey. Borderline goaltender interference, but it was already behind the goaltender, so you wouldn't call it. Yeah, it's just some physical play. Again, look at how slow and methodical that is rather than coming in and screaming. Every time they come in with speed, Curtis, they shoot way wide of the net.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said earlier, they're looking just like Sandra Bullock out of Bird Box. I mean, are they even aiming? Like, what is going on out there?
It's not looking good. And as the players come out onto the ice, it does look like we're going to be sticking with Blake Wiltada in net for the Salve Regina Seahawks. All right, so here's our stats after 2. Shots on goal at an even 21 apiece. 33 total shots and 30 total shots, respectively, for Regina and Concordia. Face-offs has been a bit of a toss-up, no pun intended there, but it seems like each time the puck just goes wide on a tied-up stick, and whoever gets it keeps it. So everything seems peachy keen so far for Concordia as they move forward. We'll see how it goes. We're starting at even strength as the puck is about to drop here. As the puck is about to drop here. Both teams' first lines are out. I'm sorry, Salve Regina's third line is out to start the game. And Concordia maintains the puck. Up to Pearson, it's bounced away, can't keep it. The big man, 6'6", number 14, Steven Seal had it, loses it after a wild pass from Haug. And it looks like we're going to get a penalty soon. It's a tripping call.
And that's a quick one. We're only 13 seconds into the third period, and already we've got a stoppage.
Pearson is going to go to the sin bin here for that tripping call. Concordia skating 4 against 5 as Regina is on a power play. Puck is taken back by Concordia as it flipped up over a defender back behind the net. Regina has the puck. It's moved all the way across the ice. Eruzioni passes it back up to McLean. A wrist shot, and it's wide. Vincenzo Renda looking for the puck. Doesn't get it as it is in the corner. Chased down by McLean again. Puck is in the middle of a battle between Concordia players and Salve Regina players. Looking for a pass, can't find it. Renda back to his defensive partner. Shots off the shin of McLean. Looking back, Renda has the puck. Eruzioni has a pass up to the slot. A little bit of a nifty move, but can't control it for a good shot. Eruzioni takes it back up to Renda. Renda passes it back, and it's lost on the boards. In the middle of a battle in the corner there. A physical hit, a good hit by Andre Bucco. Renda back to pick it up. Again, the quarterback of this power play unit. Haug with the puck, alone, loses it, has to wait for somebody to come help him out. Too little, too late. As Tyrion comes in just a little bit late. Haug still on the forecheck, though, not giving up on the puck as Tyrion decides to chase it back in, looking to cut off any passing lanes that he can. Haug trying to fill in the other one. Puck circled back, looking for a breakout pass. Goes to Clapton. Clapton controlling the puck as he moves in. Good hit by Tyrion as he disrupts the play but falls down in the process, loses it. Now we're skating 4-on-3. Layton with a shot off the post after a wild bounce. Again, that noise that goaltenders either love or hate to hear. Dieter without his stick right now. Back to even strength. Dieter without his stick as the puck moves into the neutral zone. He can't go back to get it as Regina looks to go back to the offensive end. They're going to need a full clear for the goaltender to get his stick, and he does. Just in time as the puck comes into the offensive end. Looking for a backhand shot off of the stick as it's maintained. And Dieter does a little bit of a chinchilla impersonation there as he rolls up into a ball. Might have a little bit of a long stoppage of play here. Nope, he's all right. We're going to have a face-off right in front of net. I didn't see exactly when he lost his stick, but it's good instincts on him to not go for it right away and leave that neck bare open. Puck bounced in. Can't be held. Back into the other corner is Dennis as he finds it. Passes it up to Guerra. It's intercepted. Brought back down. Not a hand pass. Puts it right in front of himself. That's a good play. See right there as the defensemen come in and they go immediately to the crease. That's smart. One man acting as a wall for Dieter. Puck is brought back in by Concordia. Backhanded up. And it is maintained. Lost it. Gauld has a shot. It goes up and wide. Back to the point. A wild pass. He didn't hit the stick the way he wanted it to. Good decision to not stop the play right there. As both sides get a stoppage of play. Loses an edge. Still clears it. Dedication. That's a knee-to-knee collision on the board. Nobody got hurt, but it took his leg back out. That Salvia player. I'm sorry, not Salvia player. That Regina player took out the Concordia man along the boards. We have a delayed penalty. A cross check.
I tell you what, that last shot looked like he was smacking an eggplant, didn't it?
I've never done that. So,
I mean, who has?
But yeah, a couple of wild passes here. The puck kind of wobbling and careening, just taking wild shots at it. It doesn't go where they want it to go. A key is going to be collecting and having control as Concordia begins their power play. Salve Regina, down a man. Lipa flips it up into the offensive end. Referee's got to get out of the way. Moving up is Hahn, number 66. Puts it into the corner past the man. That's a good move. Gainey has the puck. Back up to the point. To Gald. Gald has nothing. Looking for a pass. It gets hit off a stick or something. It's collected back. Hahn has to get the wild pass from his defensive partner. Looks for a breakout pass, and he does. Gald has it, number 44, moving up the boards. Oh, slot pass, nothing. Couldn't get his stick on it. That would have been a great shot on goal. Aruzioni with speed in. Very smart move by Dieter to flip that puck out of play. Backhanded up into the neutral zone. Atkins, number 90, along the board. They love that right side board. Concordia going back to chase that puck again. All 5 Concordia players skating up in unison, but they lose the puck. Still with speed. Has it in the end. Right in the corner, looking for an open man. Off of a skate, into the slot, incidentally. A shot by Dennis, number 12, off of a man. Bounces wild, still goes wide. Back to the wall, board, number 14, Steven Seal. The captain puts it back behind the net. Couldn't find it. Atkins with a shot. Back up. It is stuck in the net. We're going to have a stoppage of play here. That's some solid passing there, Curtis. That's what we're talking about, is control. All right. So we'll get a change of scenery here. A whole new penalty kill team. Seems to be a long penalty. The scoreboard says 10 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. I don't know if I believe that. It could be, though. Puck along the boards. Steven Seal. And that's it. Oh, it was 61 in goal. I'm sorry, my bad. Puck bounces off a pad. We're into the corner now. Salve Regina moves up. Tyrion pushes him along the boards. Nothing. Puck is still clear. As McKinnon has the puck, deciding what he wants to do with it. He has Bucco open on the boards. He takes that, but Dylan is there to disrupt the pass. A shot wild into the chest of Dieter. Schmidbauer with the shot right there.
Both teams really playing clean this period. Neither one really wants to lose. It's interesting to see.
I think we're seeing that conservative play.
Definitely.
From
both teams
Concordia. Puck is maintained by Danny Aruzioni. Lost. Got to go back and chase it. Looking for an open man. Decides to go to number 2, Dylan, on the wing. Danny Aruzioni in with speed. Hit his stick on Barker, number 19. Lost control. A little bit of off-balance play there. Barker, number 19, has it looking up the wing. Adkins deflects it into the offensive zone. Back behind the net is Regina. Adkins pushes it back into the offensive zone. Peugeot chases it. Up off the glass. Caught and put down by Concordia. Aruzioni puts it back into the offensive zone, but it is immediately cleared by Concordia. Vincenzo Redda has the puck. Still in the corner of play, back behind the net. Adkins to beat, and he does. Redna moves up looking for a pass. Finds it. Tape to Udall. Number 25 moving on the left wing. Back behind the net. In with speed. Really fast. Holt, number 4 at the point. Shot. Wrist shot. Into the pads of Dieter. Last season, Danny Eruzioni's team, Salve Regina Seahawks, went to the national championship game in Lake Placid, where his uncle, Mike Eruzioni, and the rest of that historic 1980 men's Olympic team beat that Soviet Russia team in a Miracle on Ice game. It's a cool bit of history. Probably was cool to be there where your uncle did such a legendary thing. Puck's fought for along the board. Dybel finally gets it loose as it's pushed up along the board into the timekeeper's box. We're going to get a change from Salve here. Shot totals are the same right now. We got 12 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third period. As Clapton is there to take the face-off against Tyler Gauld. Concordia wins it, looking to clear it. Gauld has the puck, passes it up, lost, as it is in the corner. Regina passes it back to the corner. The defenseman is there to stop that puck from getting cleared. Puck is loose in the slot. Clapton has it. Puck is intercepted. Gainey passes it back in. Gauld has it right in front of the net. A pass, shot off the blocker, up and away. Back down to Gauld behind the net as Clapton pushes it in with force. Pushes him in with force. Guerra has the puck. He's moving back to Gauld. Gauld with a pass to the slot. Nobody there. A wild angle pass off the board right to a Concordia player, but luckily it's back in his possession as Herka puts it back into their offensive zone where it will be touched for icing.
Salve really does not look like a team that has found their second wind yet. They're really going to have to if they want to get back in this game down 2.
Absolutely.
We've got about 11 minutes and some change to go. They got to get something going.
The pacing with the shots, as far as the amount of shots that we've seen in this span of time in the first 2 periods, has been a lot lower. We haven't seen nearly as many shots as this pass or shot, whichever one you want to call it, goes off of a player's skate up and away into the corner as Sear maintains it, pushes it up along the boards into the neutral zone. Sweeney pushes it back into the offensive end of Salve as they change teams, or change lines. Patry playing good forecheck right there as he tries to disrupt that pass into the captain, Seal. Seal pushes in as Haug, moves it back into the corner. Maintained by his line partner. Barker there on the wing to pick that wild pass up. Back into Haug behind the net as he's pressed again. Salve has been able to pick up on the tendency of Concordia to go back behind the net frequently and anticipate those passes and halt the play that they have moving around there. Loses an edge, and Haug is there to pick the play up as he pushes it in to the captain, Seal again. In the corner still. Looking for a change is Haug. Dennis, Bucco, and Barker are there as Dieter is there to stop the puck. Concordia looking to play not lazy, or not looking to play, but looks to be playing not lazy, but they look to be playing a little bit more hyper-methodical, we'll say, as they're not shooting as much. They're looking to pass more, kind of buy time as we're halfway through the period at 10 minutes. After all that bouncing around, the puck is finally controlled by Concordia. Puck off the board, bounced into the neutral zone. Obtained by Hill, rather. Hill with a nice move. A shot in traffic, screened. Where's the puck? Can't find it. We're going to have a stoppage of play. Dieter's laying on it. A great move by Brent Hill there. Nice, nifty little toe drag to get himself an open shot here. That right there. And no way to tell where the puck is there. And then we have a little bit of extracurricular that we saw in the first period and a half, which has slowed down. As both teams are looking to conserve energy as far as physicality goes and put that into goal scoring. Puck is flipped into the neutral zone. It's touched by Herka, passed to Dyer, and up to McKinnon. Udall with the puck open. Loses it, can't get a shot. Too many defensemen there collapsing on him with their sticks interfering with his possession. Puck moved along the boards with speed. A good hit right there. McKinnon pushing down a Regina player. Adkins loses the puck on a loose puck. Deke not giving up on the play, though. Knocking down 2 Seahawks in the process. A big hit on Hahn from number 22, John McLean.
Hahn really got laid out on that one.
Humbling play.
He's lost some energy after that. He took a lick.
Definitely lost some love. Udall with the shot off the blocker. Moved away, I'm sorry, off the shoulder, not the blocker. Back behind the net to Udall. Udall with a couple of really solid looks here in a row. If I am Regina's coach, I'm keeping him on the ice as long as possible. He's scrapping, he's looking for those shots. Back into the corner as Gall loses the puck. A wild slash at the puck and it's gone. Another nifty move by Udall. Toe drag behind the back to maintain possession. Gall flipping it off. A ricochet shot. Fichot looking to chase it down, maintains possession. Into the puck, a wild pass to absolutely no one. Maintained again, everybody's onside. Guerra chasing it down. Good pass behind the back to keep that puck away from Concordia. As Hill chases it down into the offensive end, it's passed back in the neutral end. Guerra has it, looking for a pass, just a shot into the pads of Voltada. We have that hit that we were talking about a second ago on replay. Let's take a look at that real quick. And like you said, Curtis, hits like this drain your momentum. They drain your energy right there. Big hit by McLean. Number 22, McLean, hitting number 66, Dante Hahn.
Yeah, you wonder if you're going to see Hahn back in the game after that with only 7.5 to go.
Looking at him on the bench right there, he's not happy. Puck shot right off the chest, almost the mask, into the glove of Voltada. Most of the action on the side of the arena with the bleachers on Salve Regina's defensive end right now, Curtis.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really, Concordia is really getting things going on the defensive end. They're playing great. Let's see if Salve Regina can get things going here.
Patry comes in with speed along the boards and he loses it, gets it back to pass back to his point man off the blocker. Waffle boarded away. Sear with the puck. Looks for an open man behind the net. That move that we've seen all day, the play we've seen all day. Herka flips it up to Seal. The big man, the biggest man on the ice right now, 6'6", 185 pounds. I'm sorry, 210 pounds. Patry might have gotten caught offside. Well, coming up after this, we got 7 minutes left in this game, but after this we have the first place game tonight. Puck drops at 7 o'clock between the Kangaroos of Canton and the Oswego State Lakers. Both teams putting up a healthy amount of goals. Both teams seem to have good conditioning. It'll be a really interesting game to see how it unfolds.
I'm really looking forward to that game. I know Oswego won the matchup last year. It's kind of odd that the Kangaroos don't play in the SUNYAC, but you know, they still come here.
Odd man rush, 2-on-1 passes, goes wide. Sorry to cut you off, Curtis.
Oh, it's fine.
McKinnon gets the pass, slows it down so his partner Barker can come and get a shot right into the chest. Not a lot of challenging shots this period for Voltada. A lot of shots going right into the chest region. Easy shots, simple shots. Wonder when a challenge will come and if he'll be ready for it at this point. He's been seeing so many face and chest saves this period.
I mean, if you're him, that's a confidence builder, though, because those are easy stops.
Yeah, pad the stats at this point. Puck is played back. Loses an edge. Adkins is there. And it's back into the neutral zone. Successful clear as Regina moves in with speed. Hill passes it. Oh, no, he keeps it. I apologize. Schmidbauer has it. A wild shot. Pad blocked away. Herka looked to keep it, and it didn't. Hahn chases it down. Sear has it. Luckily, he didn't get caught for... Lucky for him, he didn't get caught for a blocking call there. Had his stick right in the armpit of Sear. Adkins looks to stop it, pass it up, doesn't. Eruzione coming in. Playing with a lot of fire right now. Eruzione is skating full force almost every shift we see him. Eruzione has the puck. A great move and shot. Front of the slot. Block is scored! A great rebound opportunity from Regina. What a move.
Oh, that was a pretty move, Dan. That was a pro move that he just put on the net right there. And that was you know what? That was a good rebound and a good pickup for that goal.
That's Kyle Moore with that. Let's see that replay right there. Again, you see Eruzione with that fancy between the legs deep right there. A rebound, and Kyle Moore is there to clean up the work. Great job. You got to fill in your lanes. You got to be there where the rebound is expected to be. And now we have a 4-3 game with 5.5 remaining in the third period. Getting a little bit more physical now. You can see that that goal did disrupt the Zen mojo that Concordia was playing with a moment ago. Voltada back to stop the puck as Guerra is coming in behind him. Can't get it as it's blocked wide. Gald pushes his man down into the corner. A wild pass as he looks to get some sort of a misdirection goal there. Behind the net, Gald has it. Great work to lose 2 players. A poke check to avoid an off-angle shot by Guerra. Guerra with a shot into the pads. Blocked away into the corner. Didel maintains it. He bats it down. Puck wild into the back of the net. Up loose as Holt is there to flip it away into the neutral zone. Schmidt has it. Decides to stop and look for an open man. He does. But a Concordia player is there to stop his progress. And it's Nick Guerra. Moving in, Steven Steele chasing down that puck. The big man, that incredible reach that he's got going on right there. Not afraid to get chippy as he does right there with McLean. A backhand shot, score! They even it up! Salve, Regina!
That's a very deflating goal for Dieter. That's not what you want right now. But again, we said it earlier, Salve Regina does have a very strong offense. They're very powerful.
Tyler, oh, you keep going.
Oh, no, I mean, you see right here, just that's perfect placement, perfect timing. He got the rebound and put it in.
That is the national championship caliber team that we were expecting last game. Shows up.
And just for the record, fans out there, there are 4.5 minutes left. There's a timeout currently going on. And if this score maintains throughout the rest of this period, we could in fact go to overtime and possibly a shootout due to the tournament rules.
That was Tyler Carangelo with that beautiful backhand goal. And like I talked about in the beginning of the game, it didn't show up until just now, but Bo Dieter does have a height disadvantage. He is 5'10", which leaves all of that area on the top shelf where Mama hides the Thin Mints available for goals to go in. And right there, he capitalizes. That's a classic goal. John Buccigrossa, ESPN, would love to see that. That's a classic backhand snipe. So now the biggest element of the game is momentum, as Regina does have Uncle Mo, as we call him, Uncle Momentum. Moving in 2 unanswered goals, and they caught Concordia playing on their heels, Curtis.
Oh, absolutely. The Concordia was not ready for that at all.
Eruzione back into his speed. They seem to be much better conditioned today as they were yesterday. Than they were yesterday, I apologize. Steven Seal back in there trying to make something happen. Passes it to nobody but Tier. Batted down by a Concordia player. Battle in along the boards. And it is finally free as Herka chases it down. Pearson in hot pursuit. Barker there to stop. Good job to collapse his boots together. Makes the sort of play. Pass into the slot. It goes back up to the point. Still maintained by Concordia. Nobody there to get it as Sear has it. Flips it up. Adkins maintains on the wing. Along the boards. Passes it back to nobody. Adkins down. Still playing. Might be skating to the bench for a shift. He's skating on his own will, though, so you like to see that. Shot right into the glove by Hahn. 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. The Oswego State fans who are here to see the night game, who are trickling in one by one, are being treated to a barn burner of a game, as we've just recently gotten tied 4-4 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in this period. Ferner has the puck. Just passes it around the boards to Guerra. Guerra has nothing. Nice shortstop. Back around. Loses the puck. And Wiltada stops it. The defensemen have really shown up for Salve this period.
Oh, absolutely. They really matched the explosiveness of the offense. They're really doing a great job out there this period.
Puck is careened back. No clear winner, but it is now held by Regina. Ferner with a weird pass. He topsides it. He loses it, but luckily his line mates clear it back for him. Vincenzo Redna back on a shot into the pads. It is bounced away for a rebound. Patry loses it on a hit, but he maintains side of the puck. That's good play. Redna still has the puck, looking for a breakout pass. Decides to keep it himself. A little bit of a nifty move and a nice pass to the corner there to no one. It is flipped up, kept by Hogg. Moves it in. Holt clears it away. Moving in with speed is Redna again. A leader on this team so far tonight. Oh, a knee-to-knee collision, but they're both okay. Hogg moving up the net. Oh, not up the net. I'm sorry, up the ice. Back behind the net is the puck. There we go. That's a nice tap. Hogg finally gets a forecheck, poke check. Holt moves the puck along the boards. McLean has it, looking for anything at this point. Carangelo just scored the last goal. If anybody's got incentive to score another one, it's him. Puck off the boards. Pichot finds it. Physical play. And Udall keeps it. Udall, another play with a lot of speed, has created a lot of open shots for himself right now. Adkins had it poke checked away by Holt. Atkins still has it, looking for anybody at all. A pass in front of the slot. Nobody's there except a defenseman for Regina. Adkins looks to Barker, number 19. Nothing there in the slot. Shot, nothing there. Back to the pad. Hahn has it. Decides to go back, is stopped. His stick is held by the backside of a Regina player. Regina moving up. Shot into the corner. They dump and change. Adkins pushes it up. Gainey looking for it. Not letting that go. Oh, intercepted a shot off the goal. Up the post. Apologize. Guerra has it. Nobody there. Gainey passes it up to Ferner. Puck's in the air. Gald moves it to Guerra. And we're back in the neutral zone. Everybody has to clear back. Puck back behind the net. Herka going to go get it. Has his defensive partner Sear there. Sear moves it all the way up. And it is in the offensive zone for Regina. Nothing there as Ferner lays the stick down, or lays a boot down and blocks the pass. Pearson moving up with speed. Skating by defenseman. Maintaining the puck. Look to pass. Nobody was there. Falling down. Seal has it. There's an open man in the slot. It's Dennis. He moves back to the point to help quarterback. Pearson tied up there in the corner. Sear looking for a stoppage. Ferner has it. Loses it. And passes it back up again. Eruzioni tried to stop that puck, but we are at the end of the third period. The end of play of the 3 regulation periods is 4-4, tied. Concordia and Salve Regina.
You know, in that period, Zach Clan, the head coach of the Salve Regina Seahawks, really showed his confidence in the goalie, just keeping him in there after letting up 4 goals. We've talked, plenty of times about how he's an Iron Man, and just leaving him in, it really shows the type of confidence he has in him and the willingness he has to let him stay in all of these games.
Right, and here's the goals from Regina this period. Nice, like I said, that Eruzioni rebound and the ability to fill in those passing lanes. There's that hit we were talking about earlier. I think that was a huge momentum booster for the Seahawks. And there you go, was that beautiful backhand goal from Tyler Carangelo. right now as we get ready, we have a minute, just about a minute and 5 seconds before we begin the overtime period. I'm going to give you a player to watch for this period, and it's going to be my player to watch for the overtime period is going to be Danny Eruzione. He's played with fire all game. Like I said, hockey royalty, it's in his blood, but he has been playing with such a fervor and intensity. He has not let a single back check or forecheck go unnoticed. And here's that missed opportunity right there off the post. We've had a couple of those off the post shots today, so that is, in this situation, all of them have gone out, so they're beneficial for the goaltender. Do you have anybody that you're keeping your eye on for this overtime period, Curtis?
I'm going to go back to number 90. I'm going to say number 90 for Concordia.
Josh Adkins?
Yes, Josh Adkins. He really set the tone early. I'm going to look for him to get back into the swing of things here and get his team set up in position to get the W.
We have 5 seconds before we start this this only regulation overtime period here. Once again, folks, after this overtime period is done, stick around, pop some popcorn, make some dinner, do whatever you got to do, but make sure you tune back in at 6:45 or at 7 as of right now for the scheduled puck drop for the next game, which will be the Kangaroos of Canton against the Lakers of SUNY Oswego. And, of course, that's subject to being pushed back now that we are in overtime. We will keep you posted on that information. The puck is dropped, and we have begun overtime. 5 minutes of overtime. Only one can survive. Back into the corner now. Fischel has the puck open in the slot. A shot is wide up over the net into the back wall of the arena. That's not what you want to see if you're Waltata and your defense has let somebody come in the first 15 seconds and have a wide open shot where they can wind up a wrist shot like that and shoot it at you. It did get deflected at the last second, but you don't want to see that. We dropped the puck and we're coming right back. Referee didn't like what he saw. Everybody's going to line back up. Back on sides. And the puck is dropped. This time, we're moving backwards a little bit. Regina has the ball. Hill has it back up. Hahn moves it across the side. Nobody's there right now. Oh, loses a stick from that pass. With Schmidbauer. Schmidbauer open. A shot off the skate into the net. We are only half a minute into this period so far. As we get a change of scenery here, a couple of fresh faces. Looking at everybody that we have out there. Guerra, number 11. Dennis, number 12. They've been big players. Number 18 for Concordia. Those three for Concordia have been big players. We'll see if they can change the luck as far as momentum. Gainey in on a lone on a breakaway. Passes to the other side. Loses the puck on that pass. That one-timer would have been a great opportunity, and he misses it. A fancy move goes wrong. It is still maintained by Concordia. Gald has it, number 44, in the corner. Trying to make something happen. As the puck passes it out, can't do anything with it. And it's going all the way back into the other end. Dennis is there to touch the puck first. We're up along the boards again. Schmidt has the puck, number 63. Up to Sear. Sear back to his defensive partner. A shot on goal goes wide. That was Edward Herka. We have a stoppage in play. And now, here comes the first line of Concordia. Hogg, Seal, Barker, Dyball, and Pearson. Those are your starters for today.
There's about 3.5 minutes left, so whatever we see from these teams, they better give it their all right now if they want this win.
Udall, Carangelo, Dillon with the shot right there. McLean, number 22, and Redna are out there for the Seahawks. Puck shot in on desperation, bounced away on the stick from Didar. Dider, yes. Barber there to settle things down. Try to make a breakout pass as there's a Two Seahawks on forecheck. Hogg loses that pass as he is hit into the boards. A bat down. Oh, got to be careful there. Getting a little bit more physical and aggressive with that stick play. The Seahawks bench not happy that a whistle was blown, and immediately after a wrist shot was scored. Quiet confusion right now. I think it was an offsides call.
Much to the dismay of the Seahawks, that goal will not count.
We'll have a face-off right in the neutral zone as the puck is flipped in. Concordia flips it back to Lighton. Lighton right into the chest of Dieter. Simple save. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this period. Constantly changing lines as to ensure the freshest legs. That's smart coaching. As we're about to have a face-off. Regina maintains. Eruzione back to Holt. Holt wide, way wide, left of the net. Seal clears it back up to the boards on the wing. Nothing there. Dennis flips it up. Not a lot of power, doesn't go anywhere. Pearson loses it after that battle. Steven Sear, the captain with the puck, passes it back. Will sit behind the net with number 12, Corey Dennis, as he moves up. The puck is bounced off the boards behind the net. Sear has it. Maintains. Hill with the puck. Back and forth from Eruzione to Hill. Hill looking for a pass. Back to Eruzione. His stick was lifted. He couldn't get to the pass. Hogg back with the puck. Moving up. Flipped along the boards. We will not have an icing penalty. He touched up before it hit the red line. Hogg with the puck behind the net after a nifty between the legs pass. Puck under the legs. Dieball has it, flips it back in, batted down by Sear. Sear back along to the other way, along the wing. Flipped up by Schmid, off the backhand. Braden Barker has the puck and he flips it up to number 66, Dante Hahn. Hahn looking for a shot. Nice toe drag to avoid a backhand pass or a backhand shot off the skate. It hits the post. Batted down by Dieball, and I think we're going to get an offsides call. Flipped it along across the line a bit too early. 1:05 remaining here in the overtime period.
Both teams really going hard right now. They both want it. They're both hungry. We'll see if they can make anything happen in the next minute.
65 seconds remain in this game, in the overtime period. A shot right into the chest of Waltada from Adam Fichot. If nobody scores in this period, we will be going to the fan favorite, most exciting period in hockey, the shootout. Second only to playoff Game 7s. Face-off was won by Regina. Flipped back by Concordia, back behind the net as Herka maintains. Guerra is back there as Gainey is in the point to defend. Dennis passes it up. Gald loses it in a battle with Sear. Onside play, it's clean. Now we have 3-on-2. Back off the shoulder, a good shot. Regina available, or has made more open shots available. A very good job making those accessible to them in this last period, and we'll say a half. As 10 seconds counts down in this overtime period, we will be going to shootout. 5 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. Nothing doing. We are going to a shootout as the coaches decide on who they want for their lineups.
It'll be interesting to see who they pick, Dan.
It's been a game with a lot of collapsing defense. The slot has not been available to a lot of players as they've come down the ice. So we haven't been able to see a lot of soft hands, nifty dangles for the hockey fans, or cool moves for people who don't know what that means. We'll be interesting to see who they choose. I'm definitely thinking that we're going to see Eruzione and Udall from Regina. And I think Guerin has had a really good game as far as being able to make open shots. And I'll go with your player to watch. Adkins has had a pretty good game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single one of those guys that you mentioned previously has been working really hard out there. They've been doing what they can for their team so they can stay in it. One player I definitely think we're going to see out there is Hogg. I think Hogg will be out there because he has been working his tail off for the Concordia Falcons.
He's got legs, and another thing that's going to be pivotal, reminder, you can't turn around. You can't have your back face the goalie anymore. At least to my knowledge, you can't do that. But we will be interesting to see a move that a lot of players utilize now in shootouts is being able to stop quickly and make the goaltender have to regain his foundation and his center of gravity. So in doing so, being able to stop like that, I'll agree with you. Hogg has been doing that all game. That really quick stop, it's been interesting to see. And let's talk goalies for a second. Like I said earlier in the game, and we saw earlier this period, that backhand goal, Dieter having his shoulder level a lot lower because of his stature, we should probably expect, or if I'm the coach of the Regina team, I'm probably going to say to my boys, put it up top, shoot it up top, hit the crossbar, do what you can, make him really work past those shoulder pads that he has there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if the space is there, go for it. If you can get something into some wide open areas, put it in by all means, because you want to go home with a W and salvage a tough stretch of games.
A lot of discussion right here. Not sure what the deliberation is or what we're discussing. But we have a stoppage in play. Nothing's going on the ice. The goaltenders are in position. I'm certain we're going to have a shootout, but we might be talking about what time we're postponing the second game to. I'm going to try to listen into what they're saying. I can't hear what the ref said, but there's a gentleman in front of me who has suggested that the coach just puts a puck in the middle of the rink and they just do it. So fan participation going on here as the rink starts to get a lot more yellow and green.
Things are getting a little restless in here, too, with the fans. I mean, they want to see their Lakers play. They want to see their Roos play. And they're waiting on these two teams in their shootout. We're really not sure what's going on with the refs.
Let's talk about how Salve got back into this position, Curtis. It's that's the gentleman in question right there. He's trying to start a chant, let them play. Okay. It seems to be turning into a crash course in how to do stand-up comedy to nobody.
Yeah,
all right.
Getting a little animated down there.
Yeah.
Kind of unnecessary.
Take a break. Okay, so let's back to the game. Let's talk about Regina's ability to get back into this game. Here's our stats right here. After overtime, after all of our periods, this was the score that we had. We were tied at 4. The shots total is pretty similar, but the shots on goal ended up being vastly different. Well, not vastly different, but a good separation there. Face-off wins didn't really play into account like I thought they would because of the fact that everything was a tie-up and it was really up for grabs after everything. There wasn't a constant clear winner. And here we go, our first participant of the shootout, the captain, Stephen Seals, 6'6", 210 pounds, the senior from Invermere, British Columbia, starting it off. Five-hole! That's a good, nifty goal for a guy that size. You don't usually see hands and mitts that silky.
He really put the move on him. It didn't really look like the goalie was prepared for a guy that size to have moves like that.
Not at all. He was back on his heels. I don't think he was ready for that was a patented Sidney Crosby backhand 5-hole shootout goal. And here we go. Number 61, Tyler Carangelo, the guy who scored the tie. Nothing stopped up by Dieter.
That's big for Dieter. That's a real confidence booster.
A smart poke check. Number 15 for the Falcons, faux shoe. We have on our enunciation sheet, it's faux show. A little bit wide. And I think I saw what he was seeing where, excuse me, I think I saw where he was seeing where Waltada left that one hole open, that top left shoulder area wide open. He just didn't get a hold of it. Here's the hockey royalty, Danny Eruzione.
Some would say the prince who was promised.
The prodigal son did not return. That's a no-good goal. We have potentially one last shooter here, Nick Guerra of Concordia. With this, the Concordia University of Wisconsin Falcons win at least one game of the Pathfinder Bank Tournament. He seals it, pops the bottle, and that's it. The Falcons of Concordia University, Wisconsin win in shootout off of a beauty, an upset off of the national championship runner-ups of last season, the Salve Regina Seahawks. The Battle of the Birds is finished off a beautiful bottle-popping shootout goal.
I tell you, Dan, if you're on the side of Salve Regina, that is not what you want. That is very deflating. They came into this new year ranked number 7. They had just previously dropped 2 games before the new year. And here at this tournament, they dropped 2 more. If you're trying to chase a national championship, that is not how you want to start the year off. And this is not the type of season you want to have.
No, and considering that they were preseason ranked for those way too early postseason ratings that they give people, they were ranked 5th. They were projected to be 5th for the postseason. And now this puts their season record at, I believe, 3-11-1. Actually, this would be 3-10-1 because of the shootout. But not the way you want to finish it. That is it for our broadcast, the Battle of the Birds. That is it for our first game of the Pathfinder tournament. Like always, or like the whole game, it's been Dan Corlett here with my friend Curtis Cady bringing you this game. Stay tuned for the Oswego State Lakers to take on the Kangaroos of Canton